you said, look, ask me, do I want a problem?
No, I don't think you
I don't ever want a problem. But when they say they want a problem, I say, no problem. That's it. It makes people feel like I want trouble because I don't have a problem with it when it comes.
That nigga that gain, nigga that like not gain weight, the nigga that lost weight, but lifting weights or some shit doing with some weight. So he big as hell now. Man, they said nigga got muscles and shit, man. So he ain't bullshit this time.
I like red bones, I like light skin, that's like hello. TFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic, TFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic, TFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic, TFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic.
That's good, fantastic.
I like red bones, I like light skin, that's like hello. TFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic, TFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic, TFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic, TFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic.
That's good, fantastic.
Yo, what up? What up? What up? Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Y'all know how we do it, bro. Go ahead and hit that like and share for me. Like and share. Help me get me back in the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? I've been gone for too long. You know what I'm saying? But I'm back strong. You feel me? And extra long. You know what I'm saying? As always. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Appreciate y'all, man. We got no guarantees in here. Ronald Calhoun, Reggie, Paul Game, Deborah Leal Nelly. Thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, shout out to OG Speed. I think me and him were on the same panel, but we didn't get to converse. Shout out to that brother, man. But hey, man, y'all see the title, and y'all know I was gonna have to talk to this because, again, man, what often gets lost is the black man or the black male experience is pretty much the same, bro. No matter what the class, no matter the region, no matter the whatever it may be, it's very very similar. And it's crazy, man, the thing going on with 50 Cent and also LeVar Ball, that we're going to talk about the good and the bad, right? But this 50 Cent thing where his kid was getting $6,700 for 18 years of his life. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't want to say 18 years because I don't know when his mom started the child support. But let's just say you know, let's cut it down to 10, right? Let's cut it down to 10. All right. Even if you cut it down to 10, that's $800,000. Okay. A lot of people don't make $800,000 in their lifetime. And his mother received tax-free funds, okay, that she can only use to her advantage. All right. For his entire childhood. And along the way, she had alienated this man against his child. Or alienated his child against his man, against his father. And this never gets talked about. You know, parental alienation is actually a legal term, you know, to where one parent purposely, mentally, emotionally discourages the child from interaction with or connection with the other parent. And so many fathers go through this, right? We'll get into it tonight deep, y'all, because, you know, as much as I shouldn't be, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to give some of my personal experiences and things, you know, I've told you guys for the most part, but, you know, we'll just go back over from people that may be new. Greatly appreciate you guys again, man. Hey, hit that like and share if you're new. Make sure you subscribe, click the bell for all, you know what I'm saying, because we do it all over here, baby. All right. We give you the facts, we give you the stats, you know what I'm saying, all that, you know what I'm saying. We make it entertaining, we make it educating, you know what I'm saying, and you know, this is how we do. But either way, a lot of people don't understand, and you know, it's really not purposeful. That's what I understood and I realized, because most people don't go through it. You know, anybody that's not a man is not a father that cares about their children or actually fighting to get their children will never ever know. And I've learned this myself through the processes of dealing with someone that was unwilling to be a co-parent, you know, a responsible and you know, reasonable and just mature an adult co-parent. You know what I'm saying? And what happens is, you know, people don't understand child support versus custody or time sharing or whatever it's called for, you know, the parents having rights to the children. They think they're together, but they're not, totally separate things. The biggest issue and problem I've seen happen is the family court system is still biased and set up to as only being beneficial or semi-beneficial. I won't say completely and totally, but semi-beneficial to married couples. If you're an unmarried couple, the mother only has rights to the children. Signing the birth certificate as a father only gives you financial responsibility for that child. You have absolutely no parental rights to that child. You have to establish them through the courts. Okay. A lot of men don't know this. Again, I was just as ignorant because I figured, hey, I'm doing the right thing. These children of mine, I'm going to be there. I'm going to help raise them, you know, living in the same household with their mother. So of course I'm going to sign the birth certificate. You know, even when we split up, everything's good. I'm going to take care of my responsibility, not only financially, but actually being involved. And we know the stats came out for that saying Black fathers were the most involved fathers in the country. You know, when it came to picking the kids up from school, you know, actually keeping them and all these other things, even cohabitation, all these different things. And, you know, to debunk this, you know, 50-year deadbeat running false rumor and just purposeful attack on the integrity of Black fathers and Black men. Quite sad, man. And let me say this. We you know, and I had time to get away from the space and you know, to sit back and reflect and just, you know, detoxify myself of Black YouTube. We gotta lighten up on the brothers, man, that were previous generation. Because we're putting current environments on people that were not in those environments. As bad as it was back in the 80s and early 90s, you got to understand and remember we were the last generation before the big divorce boom. So even in the stepfathers that quote unquote stepped up, they were getting with women that were divorcees for the majority. Okay. Most of the women back in the 80s and 90s, well, maybe not most, but a substantial amount compared to today's numbers were, and I know this for a fact. Like I said, if you use the anecdotal test and you think about it, just go back and take a second and think, right? Think about how many of your friends had stepdads, but they got divorced. Just think about it, right? And that's why I say, man, sometimes you have to, just take a break and honestly assess the situation versus just the rhetoric and the whatever you're trying to push, right? So, prime example, my situation, I had a stepdad, okay, but my mom was married when she had me and my sister, and she had my brother, my baby brother and sister, my baby sister, also in a marriage, and that would have been up until the 2000s. So when we, denigrate those brothers or whatnot, what have you, the ones that actually, quote unquote, stepped up, this isn't the same thing where you had Keisha out here, you know, thoughting, squatting, and plotting. Okay, thoughting, squatting, and plotting didn't exist in the 80s, 90s like it does in the 2020s, the 2015s, and beyond. Okay, so understand that those brothers were under different circumstances, and a lot of them, like I said, think about it. How many people compared have actual, quote unquote, half brothers and sisters from a marriage versus just, everybody got a different last name and mama ain't never been married. So again, let's just again, man, have a duty and responsibility to be mature and be factual about the situation, because us joining along with that just further denigrates the image of the black man into this just sucker simp bullshit or whatever the fuck. When again, man, a lot of those brothers, and I know for a fact, my fucking stepdad had hella kids. Okay, so like he been in the same situation where he had kids already, and then he got married to my mom, and they had kids together. But either way, you know what I'm saying. So 50 Cent is pretty much, forced to deal with his son that's been brainwashed and alienated from his father. Somehow saying that $6,700 is not enough. Okay, even in New York City, man. Listen, let's see, minimum wage, New York City. Let's Google this real quick. Average salary. New York City. Shit. God damn it. Okay, so average income is 107,000. Median income is $67,046, and per capita is 41,625. Okay, so his mom, right, was given an $80,000 cushion. All right, again, remember, child support is tax free. Okay, and not a negative towards your thing. It'll help you get a house. It'll help you get a car. It'll help you do anything financially that you want to report to as a positive, but it can never be a negative, because again, this is just a chunk of money thrown to you and you do for whatever you want to do. Not just subsidized, KP, not subsidized, bro. He provided their entire lifestyle. Provided. You know how many people would love to have $80,000 just free? Tax free. Again, man, I don't think people understand, bro. Tax free money. That's literally like hitting the lottery. You do it, whatever you want to do with it. You don't have to worry about the IRS coming after you for the end of it. You know how much 80,000 tax free dollars is, man? That's crazy. Okay. And on the other side, you know what the payee and the payor the payor doesn't get, any credit for the $80,000 they paid to child support. Even though more likely than not nowadays it's going through a state fund. A state government fund has to touch that money before it gets to the parent nowadays, more likely than not. So even though you send that money through a state fund, it's automatically taken out of whatever job, whatever bank account, whatever it is, and you know what I'm saying, automatically, you get no credit for that. Man. You know what I'm saying? People really, really have no idea just how dirty this child support game is. But yet again, we're talking about a multi-billion, billion with a B, okay? $1 billion Ponzi scheme that's never going to be stopped, man. It's never. Brothers talking about regulation and all this other shit. Never going to happen. It's never going to happen, bro. I'm sorry. And I know, well, you just giving up. No, brother. Certain things, bro, you got to understand. It's so big and it's so lucrative to where it's just like when you say like, oh, well, we need to go back to traditional women and traditional ways. Brother, it's never going to happen. Okay? You can want, you can wish, you can complain. But the actuality is that, you know, society is just too far advanced to go back to, you know, one income households being enough and stay-at-home moms and all these different things, brother. That ship has sailed, sunk, and and is rotting at the bottom of the ocean. Okay, and it will never rise again. And some things is just like that. But I'm telling you, that's the same thing it is with this child support situation. Now, can things still be done? Yes. But if you think it's going to be a revamp to the point of where these states now, this is even federal. That's why there's no federal regulation for child support for the most part. If you think these states are going to give up a free $1 billion slush fund, man, you're tripping. Okay, you just are. No governor, no mayor, no state representative, whether it be senator or congressman or person or whatever, is going to do that, man. It's just not going to do it because again, you know, all in all, America is what, a corporation, and each state is a smaller corporation within the national corporation. So you need to understand that, right? Cowboy, 1.4 million. But that's why I say we'll cut it down because I don't think he got it for 18 years. I don't think it was an 18-year thing. I think it started a little bit later. So I say we just cut it down to 10. But even if you cut it down to 10, that's $800,000. And the most important part of it is in what I told y'all, bro. No matter what, and again, we're gonna attack whole supremacy, right? We gotta attack the whole supremacy that y'all niggas are addicted to and believe in real quick. Now, this right here would have been the ultimate win for a hoe. She got pregnant by a dude. The guy became super successful. $6,700 a month in child support. All right. Her whole lifestyle is being funded from this man that's no longer even dealing with her, thinking about her, or has a good relationship with her. But what happened, y'all? What happened? What did the hoe go and do? Can anybody tell me what happened to the hoe? Does anybody know? Does anybody know what happened to the hoe? Well, like to hear, here go. Well, no, she didn't run off on the plug, brother. She ran off on the plug, but the plug caught her. What you talking about? See, everybody talk about running off on the plug, man. What happened when the plug catch you? Shout out the plug. Shout out the applies. Ran off on the plug twice. Ran off on the plug twice. But yeah, what the hell are you gonna do when Pedro, Juan, Alejandro, you know what I'm saying? Vladimir, Ubuntu. What you gonna do when they motherfucking catch you, nigga? That's the part they don't tell you. If you got a goddamn plug, you know, that's American or some shit, you know, little Tony, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Big Kiki or whatever the hell. Yeah, you got a chance of running off on a plug successfully. But I'm telling you, bro, if you fucking with cartel or mafia Brother, you're not getting away. Thank you. Exactly. Not just that, brother. Brother, you're not getting away. Your plug better be local, nigga. Nigga, your plug better be local. Your plug's first and only language better be English, nigga. Because if he speak anything else, no bueno. If he dies, he dies. Okay? That's the only thing he know how to say in English. If he dies, he dies. That's the crazy part about it, man. But let's get into it, man, and show you this, and then we'll get into the 50 Cent aspect of it. All right, we gotta squash this whole supremacy first. All right. Now I remember hearing this story when it first happened too. And it's just random. It was a huge story though at the time, and this was way before I even thought about YouTube or anything, just living life. But it became a major headline just because of the simple fact. It's like, well, damn, bitch, how did you do this? How did you fuck the money up like this? Oh, that's the wrong one. Oh, there we go. Baby mama drama. Shaniqua Tompkins claps back at 50 Cent for making fun of her messy mansion foreclosure. Again, messy mansion foreclosure, October 9th, 2016. October 19th, 2016. Okay. Yesterday, we reported a petty rapper blasted his baby mama for making secret son Davian for wearing red bottoms to his school in Brooklyn. 50 posted this message firing back at Shaniqua via IG. Look at this boy with red bottoms going to public school in Brooklyn. That's a real good look. Okay. See, this is why this bitch got hit by the Q11 bus and it dragged her. I would get out of my Bentley and ride the motherfucker 2 stops. LMAO, he's going to a school connected to Hunter College because of his advanced bitch. He's 11 years old in the 8th grade. Just facts. Where you living now, nigga? LOL. And again, man, shout out to 50, man. Listen, the trolling, brother, again, it's certain levels of troll, okay? Certain levels of troll. And 50 again, 50 is another one of those, if it's up there, then it's stuck there type niggas, and that's how I am, bro. Listen, if it ever gets to the point, bro, where I'm really truly beefing with you, dog, you really did something just foul to me. Because I'm all about, hey, man, it is what it is. People are people. Nobody's perfect. You may have a bad day. We may have philosophical differences or whatever. But when you purposely fucking cross me, bro, just do some hoe ass, bitch ass, just shiesty shit. You know what I'm saying? No poo. Brother, it's fuck you forever, dog. For real, for real. And I gotta respect people that had that opportunity, especially like I said, because a guy like 50 Cent, bro, literally has the opportunity to change your life. You know what I'm saying? Literally. And especially like I said, when you've had a child with this man and he's done right by his son, no issues, no problem, whatever. And you go out of your way to turn his fucking son, firstborn son, against him, bro. Ain't that some shit? But again, that's what these evil ass bitches do. Shout out to what's his name? Mr. Palmer, these baby mama terrorists. The phrase he coined, the phrase he coined, right? These baby mama terrorists, bro, are ridiculous. Okay? And they don't care. They don't care about the father. And they definitely don't give a fuck about the children. They just want to control the father and literally troll them, or at least up until 18 years old. And what you're about to see here shortly, being this bitch, even after 18 and the money has stopped, this bitch is still finding her way to fucking have something to say to 50 Cent. Crazy. Appreciate y'all, man. Make sure y'all hit that like going to the joint. Most definitely. Always, man. You done gained weight, but I lost weight. Most definitely. Fifty posted a photo of Tompkins' financial issue listed in the Georgia newspaper. And bro, this is Georgia, dog. This is Georgia. Okay. Notice of sale under power indeed of secured debt under and by virtue of the power of sale contained in a certain deed of secured debt from Shaniqua Tompkins to Morgan Electronic Registration Systems Incorporated as nominee for Taylor, Bean, and Whitaker Mortgage Corp. Its successors and assigns the original principal amount of $367,650,000 dated 10/24/2008 and recorded. So listen, damn, that's even worse. Wait. A $367,000 house, and she was getting $6,700 a month. Wow. In Georgia. Damn. Whew. And recorded the deed book 49-146, page 60. Gwinnett County Record said security deed being last modified in deed book 51-645, page 189. Let's see if we get to it. Tompkins, the following is described in the property, and it's cut off here. But pretty much, yeah, the bitch foreclosed on the property. And then her retweet or her clapback allegedly is, if he run his business like he ran his mouth, his money would be where Puffy's is at. And yet we know, after this, 50 Cent has gone to have a major deal with Stars, right? Stars is what Power was on, right? Stars is what Powers was on. Oh, Laura, damn, Laura. Yeah, what are you talking about? I've never been. Yeah, exactly. Layla. Exactly. Fuck you talking about? Layla, Laura. I mean, shot, if you trying to shoot your shot, just shoot it. But come on now. Talking about we BABG over here. We always been in shape now. I mean, you can always be in better shape, but we ain't never just been some fat, sloppy motherfucker out here. Don't get it fucked up. What's going on here? Woo, Lord. Yeah, I know it's a nice part, but you gotta think, Jackie Jack. That's back in 2016? 2016, right? Hold on, let me see. She bought the house in 2008. That was at the bottom of the or the start of the recession. She got the house at the start of the recession. And then in 2016, she lost it. And she had been receiving child support for how long? In Georgia. You see what I'm saying? So it's crazy. Like it should have been no way that she fucking, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Doesn't cost as much as New York. And then furthermore, how did she fuck the money up? And let me remind you guys of a story, right? So story. So I got my kids for like 10 months to a year in 2008. I just got my house and everything, got transferred down here, left from Virginia, came down to Florida, stayed with a homeboy or whatever for a couple of months. But by September 2008, I had my house. 25? Not even 25 yet, because shit. I got my house in September. So at 24 years old, I was a homeowner. Okay. Me and my homeboy stayed together, rest in peace. For a couple months, he moved out. And then when he moved out, my kids came down right in time because their mom was getting ready to go on deployment. So it's my two biological kids, and at the time, the kid that she had, but I claimed as my own. So 3 kids, 24 years old, 24 years old. With by the time they got here, I think I was 25. So 25 years old with 3 kids by myself. You know what I'm saying? None of my family was here yet. My mom was 3 hours away. They were staying with my mom for a couple of months before I, make sure I got everything right, got a house good and settled in. So I was E5 at the time. All right. So kids get down here, and their mom, only bread I want their mom to send me pretty much is half a daycare. That's it. That's the only thing she's giving me. It's the only thing I'm requiring. That's what we agreed to. That's what I'm holding to. So I'm single, taking care of my kids, You know what I'm saying? Well, only thing she's giving me is half a daycare. She got mad and argued with me a couple of times. Hey, I want to do more, whatever. I was like, okay, cool. Well, kids need furniture, so give me some money towards this, whatever. But for the most part, still every month for the months, it was just half a daycare. So she gets back, of course, and she gets orders to Tampa. All right, she's ordered to Tampa, and the kids moved down with her. Like was originally planned and agreed to. So this is, I think, before my now ex-wife moved in, but we was talking serious or whatever. And she calls me and hits me up and is like, hey, can you throw me, X amount of dollars? And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, I got my mortgage to pay and all this other stuff. Like, nah, I don't have that type of bread. Like, what's going on? She said, well, the truck got repossessed. I said, what? I said, what? I said, huh? She said they repossessed my truck. And I was like, wait, hold on, wait, hold on. What? Hold the fuck up. Huh? They repossessed the truck. I was like, how they repossessed the truck? I'm like, you was on a 9-month deployment, okay, and getting tax-free money, okay, as a E6 at the time. You didn't have no fucking no rent, so you can get a full BAH, and you ain't gotta pay no fucking insurance or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because you can just put the shit on what you call it? Like, what's the name mode? Like garage mode or whatever, right? So I'm like, what? How the hell? What were you doing? And of course, it almost turned into a fucking argument or whatever. I said, hey, you know what? Hey, that's not my business. We not together. Hey, if you need me to do something or whatever, you know what I'm saying, you need me to get the kids for a little minute till you get it figured out. Cool, fine, I can do that. But as far as like throwing you this crazy amount of fucking bread, no, I can't do that. I can't afford it. And then 2 is like, well, damn, shit, if you just fuck the money away for fucking all this time, what the hell? I think, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck? Why should I even expect the payment back? Okay, Layla, I will. Laura, again, Laura. My Twitter and my IG it's Miss Fantastic 824. If you're really trying to see, parts of me you can't see, feel free to DM me. You seem like you all right, sis? You good? I'm just saying. I know, hey, all this tall, handsome, and chocolatiness. But hey, nah, if that's what you want, just say it. I don't even know what the hell going on in this chat. But anyway, yeah, so that, and like I said, this was, the best part. Everybody prays for deployment, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you kill your lease or whatever, you have dependents that keeps running. You know what I'm saying? They have to keep, because you have dependents. You get to stack all that money plus tax-free money and all those other things. So, you can save and stack a substantial amount of money. You know what I'm saying? While still taking care of whatever responsibilities you got, because you're not spending a lot of money while you're out to sea, because you're out to sea. So this whole thing, man, was just crazy. You know what I'm saying to me? So I know for a fact, man, like when it comes to money management, women are horrible. Terrible. They just don't even look at the shit, bro, from an actual mathematical standpoint. And it's just like, to them, it's free money, or I just want this, I want that, and just ball out and do all this other shit and blow the money. Again, prime example is every year, these women, single moms with multiple children, get these at least minimum of $7,000 shit. I gotta bump that shit up to $15,000 tax returns now, bro. Hey, shout out to Fight Club. These niggas said niggas out here getting $21,000 tax returns, y'all. I was like, bro, y'all niggas going to jail. Nigga, as soon as you get audited, bro, you are going to jail. Okay, brother, if you are getting a $21,000 tax return, brother, I pray for you when the IRS catch up with you. Okay. But however it go, these moms out here getting, on average $7,000 to $10,000 per a year in back taxes. You know what I'm saying? And what do they do with it every year? Car by February, broke down by July. New car, February, that shit gone and broke down, toe down, at least by, what I'm saying, September. You know what I'm saying? That if she got a nigga around. But she ain't got no nigga July. And if she do got a nigga, probably by September. Go to the local little lemon lot or whatever, overpay for a 13-year-old BMW or Benz, run that shit in the ground, no maintenance, no oil change. Don't even keep fucking don't keep no pressure in the tires. All she do is put gas in it and go, gas and go, gas and go, gas and go. With children in tow. Whole baby seat in the back. You know what I'm saying? Listen, bro. Hey, that's what them niggas told me, bro. I left it alone, dog. Yeah, bro. Hey, 21K, bro. That's what I said, bro. Listen. That's what I'm saying. They said niggas make 40,000, bro, get 21,000. I was like, bro, ain't no way in the hell, bro. I ain't never got a $20,000 tax return and shit. I was making that, you know what I'm saying? Because the only thing you get paid, only thing that gets taxed is your base pay. So I was making that shit up until like what? Maybe 5-6 years ago. I ain't never came close to even a $10,000 tax return, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that was even with after being deployed one of the times. Tax-free zone partially. So I was like, what the hell y'all talking about? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. That too. Laura Dominguez, what the fuck, man? I'm gonna just ignore the chat. So yeah, man, let's get into this now. Okay. So 50 Cent's son, Marquise, does an interview with Choke No Joke. And Choke tried to explain to him, hey man, $80,000, it thinks $80,400 is what it is exactly. Pretty much rounded up, you know what I'm saying? 81,000, they said. But that's good money pretty much everywhere. Okay? That's good money everywhere. All right. Even in your New Yorks and your Atlantas and your Chicagos and your LAs, bro, $81,000 is feasible, bro. You're gonna make it. All right. Especially when it's like the national average is what, $50,000-$60,000. And that's made, right? So that means that's $50,000-$60,000, but not, you know what I'm saying, taxable. That money's taxable. The $80,000 free that you're getting in child support is tax-free money. So again, man, this is a young dude that's been brainwashed, alienated against his father, that hate his father, and not understand the value that he has and the connection of his father, the person that he wouldn't even be here without. Let's just dwell there for a second. Listen, the black community, unlike any other. Now I know overall there's an attack on manhood, there's an attack on fatherhood, but the black community, unlike any other, bro, there's a hatred for fathers. Absolute hatred. And it's only gotten worse, by the generation. Although these women choose these men to have children with, right? These are the men that they willingly lay down with, let ejaculate inside of them, carry a baby for 9 months, and then once the baby's here, their goal in life is to make sure the baby knows how ain't shit of a man that their dad is, even though you chose him. That's wild, isn't it? That shit is wild. And a lot of the time, and that's another thing I'm gonna have to allude to too. I'm gonna have to make sure I pull up. Over the weekend, I watched the Kanye West interviews on Fox, and even Kanye West said, and we know how much Kanye loved his mom, man. Even before she died, he meant, hey, mama. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those guys, man. Love his mom. Had his mom all over his first album. did the video and did the song, Hey Mama. And then lo and behold, even he told the story of how his mom betrayed him when it came to his father. His mom took him away from his father, moved away, and then told him, if you pursued him, you never see him again. Him and his sister, I think. Mind you, this is a woman that he loved and he pretty much deified, right? Named the school after and all these different things. And when he finally gave his father the chance to have a conversation with him, he found out the truth that his mother destroyed that relationship. Shit, Kanye is in his 40s now. You know what I'm saying? You see him talk about the brilliance of his father and, you know, the things that his father did and all that time that he missed out on. That's how a lot of brothers, man, not just brothers, black people in general are lied to about, again, the person that if it was not for them, you wouldn't be here. Human beings are not asexual. Okay? All right? You have to have a man and a woman come together in order for you to even be here, for you to exist. And for you to be cut off from and or just have a hatred for literally half of your existence is wild, bro. In the majority. How often we talk about, you know, he ain't shit, he a deadbeat, he don't take care of his kids, he don't this, and that's we hear it, right? Lo and behold, again, you see the title. An absent father can never be worse than a present mother. I say again, an absent father, I came in the door saying this, can never be worse than a present mother. Because no matter what that father is or what he does, if he has no influence on that child whatsoever, how can it be worse than the influence has been put on him by the mother? Her hatred for the father, her bias, the several men, you know what I'm saying? If we look at the stats and know that she's going to allow around her children, you know, bad influence, broke niggas, criminal niggas, ain't shit niggas, hell, you know, molester niggas for the girls and some of the boys, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? Or just children in general, just despicable and disgusting. Or themselves. We talked about it the other night, you know, these women in depression and you know, being on these antidepressants and being mentally unstable. Just this feminist ideology and this feminist bullshit that they're pressing on their sons and their daughters. And there's no balance. And you wonder why fucking everything's so upside down and fucked up in the black community. All you have is one side that's angry, one side that's vindictive, one side that's just diabolical. Why? Normally because the man she chose decided to move on because he sees, unfortunately, the mistake he made in having a child with this person. Again, the child is never a mistake. Making the child with the person is what the mistake is. The child is never the mistake. Making the child with the person you made it with is what the mistake is. And just this ridiculous ass bias, man, that's put on society and constantly forced down the throat of these children, bro. Toxic masculinity, abusiveness, you know, danger. When again, we know what most of the child deaths, child abuse occurs with who? I mean, it's blatantly obvious, especially let's say in the black community, you have 70% of the households that are single mother ran. Excuse me, 70% of the women who have children, single mother ran, which is still the majority of households. That's what we do here, bro. So let's get into this interview. Fair use, by the way. Enough to maintain the lifestyle he claimed he needed in New York City.
It's $6,700 a month.
Okay, and I can't buy stocks.
Listen to what I'm saying to you.
Right.
$6,700 a month, right? $6,700 a month in the state of New York City. You do the math.
Oh, I done the math. I've been in child support, bro. I went to jail for it. So
Okay, cool. $6,700 a month, right? Okay, no, listen.
right?
You're talking about a full lister. Hold on, wait, listen. You're talking about somebody that has problems with everybody. You can't just live in any neighborhood. $81K is not a substantial lot of money.
Hold on.
You can't just live anywhere.
And if he's contributing $6,700, that means your mom's got the other half. It ain't just for him to just take care of you. She got to take care of you. $700. Where's her $6,700 to go with?
It's $6,700 a month.
Shout out to Choke No Dope. Joke. Since when is it the father's 100, 1,000, 10 million% financial responsibility only? What they do to that? Again, there's a reason why they call it household income. When women were allowed into the workforce, okay, it was meant for the man and the woman to combine their salaries to be able to operate in a you see what I'm saying? The price of everything went up. Women started making money, so that doubled the amount that households were making. So she was supposed to contribute to the household and the cost of living. People really don't know how fucking capitalism works, man. Everybody complain about capitalism, but you know, when it comes to the basic principles and rules about it, everybody wants to act like, oh, well, we're back in the 1960s, 50s, and 40s, where the man's just supposed to do everything. Bruh, stop, please. Another crazy argument that these brothers had out on the other day. Oh, y'all just living over y'all means. You can do it with, you know, one person's income and $40,000 a year and whatever. And I'm like, bruh, are you fucking kidding me? The national average is let me see. The national fucking median income. Oh, no, my bad. That's no. Let me see. Hold up. Let me see. National average. National average salary. The national average salary is $54,000. Okay. So you mean to tell me, you trying to tell me that a person can make it under the national fucking average salary, brother? Come on, man. We gotta stop the bullshit. And again, why would you want to live that lifestyle? Why would you want to live the bare minimum, barely scraping by? Women fought for fucking equal rights and the ability to work and be in the workforce. So get your ass out here and fucking work. Tradition is over. Again, bro. Until one of you niggas, I'm gonna bring my saying back. Build a time machine, nigga. If you don't want to build a fucking time machine, you don't have one, shut the fuck up about that in the past, back in the day, all of that bullshit, bro. That shit is dead. We are never going to go back to that. Unless there's a fucking EMP attack to where all the fucking technology is fucking killed and we have to fucking start over in a fucking, you know, technological ice age or some bullshit, bro, you're not going back to that. So stop talking about it. Stop talking about it. Or take your ass to a fucking third world country where they don't have none of that shit. Okay? But talking about shit, bro, that's just not ever going to happen again, bro. We got to get out of this the past, and we got to get out of this you know, this motherfucking facts of life and wonder years, family matters, goddamn, you know, mindset.
Now y'all got 12, 1300,
my
now
God.
13,000 a month.
Oh my! See, hold on, yo, choke. This is where you get it. This is where it goes down a bad path, brother. This is what I'm trying to tell you, bro. Yo, bro, 6,700. If I told you right now, right, you got to start your life over right now with 6,700 a month and rebuild your life.
Yes.
Can you do it?
With 6,700, I
nothing.
can.
You
With
have nothing.
6,700, yes, I can. I'm from the
You have
what?
nothing.
6,700, I'm good
That's
a
what I'm saying.
month, nigga.
Stop comparing it to yourself.
With 2
Choke, this
kids.
is what I'm saying to you. Choke, this is where you go wrong. You got to stop comparing it. You compare it to yourself, bro. You compare it on your standard of lifestyle, bro. You cannot do that. Can't do that. Listen, choke. I jumped out of a burning house, brother. I had nothing.
Okay. Now y'all,
I know what it feels like to have nothing, all right? I had to rebuild my life over with 6,700 a month.
Marquise, I know you feel like that ain't a lot of money, but it's a lot of people here watching right now.
It's
Girls that's getting
$81,000
$200 a month child.
I know what it feels like to have nothing, all right?
Now, Choke argued that Shaniqua Thompson, Marquise's mother, should be responsible for looking after her son, as well as 50 Cent, but Marquise claimed that the money wasn't sufficient. He also
Hey man, hey, y'all be cool on hiding people, bro. Like I said, time them out if anything. If they going, but if they doing some what's the name shit, but don't hide people. Let me see. Hit me up if y'all trying to hide somebody, bro, before you hide them. But you know, y'all know how this shit gonna go, bro. Motherfuckers gonna go back and forth. It is what it is. We won't want nobody to not have a fuck be able to say something, bro. We're not gonna do that though. Hold on, let me help you out. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. No, ma'am. Oh, Cynthia G follower. Hey, we welcome that too, bro. It is cool. It is what it is. Hopefully she clicked the link. Hopefully we clicked the link. Well, no. It's no need to block them. You back. You back now. Laura, just make sure. Promise me you go hit this link, shawty. How about that, Laura? You so obsessed with my abs and my stomach and my body and all this other stuff. Now I understand. Just make sure you hit that link, shawty. How about that? All right. Please do me that favor. We about to hit the hour mark. We're gonna have it up there for you. So please make sure you come through. All right. Let's see what's next. We did that one. This one. Bob talks about it. Is there a need to re-show this? Pretty much go. We just seen that already. Okay, we'll come back to that. Oh, so now and now, crazy part about it, right? So he a Jew. How the hell I had you? How the hell you? You here? Okay. Either way. So now his son is trolling. Okay, a poor troll, a horrible troll, nothing like his father, but you know, trying to follow his father's footsteps and troll. Not even understanding, bro, that, bro, without your dad, you wouldn't even be able to do this. 56 son Marquise says he would pay his father $600-$700 to spend 24 hours with him. Well, sir, that wouldn't be enough money for your dad. $199 Vic or whatever. Since y'all think $600-$700 is so much money, someone tell my pops I'll pay him $600-$700 just for 24 hours of his time so we can do everything I ever wanted to do with him as a kid. Red, yellow, green, whatever color he liked. Okay. And of course, man, you know, sadly, let me see. Sadly, he's speaking through his mother to his dad, trolling him and shaming the amount of money that, again, bro, without your dad, dog, you would never even seen that lifestyle. This is what never gets talked about. You know, even a little bit of money they claim, $500 ain't no money. $800 ain't no money. Look, bro, get the fuck out of my motherfucking face. I had 3 kids on my own, bro, and they did not take more than $1,000 a month to take care of 3 toddler-age children. Kids don't need shoes every month. Kids don't need clothes every month. Kids don't need fucking whatever else every fucking month for you to need fucking this absorbent fucking amount of money for one. Y'all, this is one child. One child. And this is why I say to y'all, bro, child support fucking reform needs to happen on a national level. There needs to be a fucking child support cap. If and when I ever fucking run for office at the national level, that will be my number one thing. There will be a cap on fucking child support. Every child is created equal. There should be no such thing as a lifestyle that the father has to maintain for another parent that does not make the same amount of money that he makes. If you want the child to maintain the lifestyle he has with the better off parent, give him to the better off parent. Plain and simple. Again, that's going to be extremely, extremely difficult though, because then you start dipping into the pockets of the state. But hey, you got to take the wins where you can take them. Make the adjustments where you can. No, we don't want to be president, no guarantees. We going to settle for congressman or senator, okay? That's as far as we're going to go. Hey, man, I see all y'all in here, man. So make sure y'all pull up on me. All of y'all detractors, you know what I'm saying, and your contrarians, man. Make sure y'all click that link, man. Y'all are welcome. You know what I'm saying? We like actual debate over here. I don't even know how y'all came up in y'all thing, man. I ain't mentioned y'all fearless leader or nothing. So hey, something's going right, I guess. Now let's take a look at his son's IG, right? Social media tells you a lot, man. This is what I learned about social media since I've been gone. Social media gives you so much insight to people and just, you know, certain situations, right? The state of things. So this is 50 Cent's son's IG, right? 199 Vic, all right? 170K followers, 61 posts. And this pic right here is a pic of him looking much younger, right? So this stack of money he got on his face is definitely money that he got from his dad. And another thing that we don't like, bro, he looks just like his dad, man. You know how painful that got to be to have the spitting image of you, like, you know what I mean? Put dirt on your name, make it seem like and go along with shit to make it seem like you're a horrible dad and horrible father. That's the biggest thing that doesn't get talked about, man. We're going to show the clip of 50 Cent talking on and speaking on it, and we'll elaborate. So the craziest thing about it is, of course, now he wants to be in the music game. He wants to be a rapper. He wants to do all these things. But brother, you cut off your literal just leapfrog, your teleport, your automatic fucking Thanos snap into the music industry. You think you're gonna fucking make it, bro? And you beefing with your dad? Seriously, bro? You think you're gonna make it in the music industry when, again, bro, you want to get it, try to get it from the ground up, which again, brother, you're not talented. You're not. But you're gonna run off your dad's, I'm 50 Cent's son, I'm gonna do music too. And everybody's just gonna jump into it and buy it. No, they're not. They're not. They're not, man. And make sure y'all fucking come up here, man. I see y'all doing the shit, man. I'm telling you. I see y'all doing it. No, the dude on Power looks like Dwayne Wade, man. Dude on Power don't look like 50. The dude on Power looks like Dwayne Wade. What you talking about? Get your celebrities together. Here we go. Let's hear 50 Cent talk about a couple of years back situation with his son. Again, fair use.
That you and Eminem talk about your kids. Where are you and Marquise at right now? How's your relationship with?
I
your
don't
son
have a relationship with
at all whatsoever.
No, it's an unfortunate situation that all I can think of is the entitlement being filtered, right? So you gotta imagine, how do you make a privileged child feel deprived or angry? Like big, you say, when he comes into his own and he starts to have interest in his identity because he's attracted to women at that point, or attracted to men. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know what's going on over there. You know, but when that happens, there's you start picking things. You start picking your clothes. You start picking. Yo, I need these. Like, specifically, these Jordans are not the ones that's on the shelf, but the retro ones, right? And yeah, imagine your mom going, all right, I figure out how to get them for you, but it just bothers me because your father, you're supposed to have them all.
Right.
And then every time.
And no one paid attention to that. 50 Cent maturely pointed out to the fact of what happened. He was already providing any and everything for his son, but yet and still his son would hit him up for extra. That's what fathers never get credit for. Listen, bro, once a woman takes that man to court, you know what I'm saying, or takes him through the child support system to put him on child support, by law, the only thing he has to do is what that fucking paperwork say he has to do. You know how many fathers go well beyond that, though? Again, good fathers, great fathers never get credit for that, though. Oh, it's just what you're supposed to do. Well, how many fathers aren't doing what they're supposed to do? You know, niggas out here that got, 10 kids, 11 kids, 15 kids, 20 kids, 33 kids. You know, 50 Cent, this was his first child. Tried to have a relationship with him. Gave him a lifestyle. And yet still, what did the mother do? Made him fucking ungrateful. Made him unappreciative. Blinded him to just the greatness that he was connected to. First line fucking, you know what I mean? Connection to, at one of the points you could argue, the top fucking rapper, top entertainer in the country. That Get Rich or Die Trying shit, bro, was different, bro. That shit was crazy. Then, like you say, for that little early 2000s run, Eminem, Jay-Z, Kanye, 50. That was it. Oh, and what's his name? And Nelly. Nobody was fucking them 5 dudes, bro. And this was back in the days of CD sales. You know what I'm saying? G Unit had a fucking clothing line. He had a Reebok deal. We didn't even know back then, but he had bought Vitamin Water before Vitamin Water popped out. 50's always been fucking good on the business. And because the mother was a vindictive, evil bitch, she turned her son against his father. How many days does this happen to the everyday regular brother? Carbon copy of you hates you because the bitch you had him with hates that you moved on without her. The only way they can hurt you is through your children. Even the money, niggas don't care about the money. That's another thing. Oh, y'all broke. Oh, you don't want to spend the money. Man, child support is automatic. Once you go to that fucking child support office and they say, hey, you have to pay this amount of money according to whatever it's going to be, brother's going to pay it. And what kills that bullshit is, again, the vast majority of brothers do more than what they are ordered to pay because they still want to have a connection and be involved with their children. This ain't me saying this again. This was, who was it? Was it Time Magazine or was it, who was it? Who was it that came out with the data saying that black fathers were the most involved? This ain't me. Argue with them white folks. Don't argue with me. You know what I'm saying? Because my anecdotal experience and my own personal life experience, and to see the fathers around me that I know that are on child support for sure, but still birthdays, Christmas, weekend activities, days off of school, summer, just randomly getting their kids and having fun with them and maintaining and building a relationship with them. But, let me go ahead and drop this in here for y'all. Where we at? There we go. Laura Dominguez. I know. Hold on, Mary. Whoa. Laura. They say you a nigga in the wig fan. You can't be saying that now if you a nigga in the wig fan now, Laura. Cause didn't she get the club shot up by Dusty? I'm just saying. I don't know now. CDC. Appreciate you, Dane. CDC. Listen, man. Damn, y'all heavy in here, man. Somebody click the link. Cora's Klein. This can't be real. You got on a fro wig? What the hell going on? Yeah. But anyway, I know y'all not gonna click the link, but it's there if you want to. Let me pin this. There we go.
Time you get what you asked for, all you can think of is how many other colorways they made that you don't have, and your dad don't want you to have. And over time, that programming will
Repeats
make
itself.
over and over. And you gotta look and say, my grandfather, he'll look and say, if it rattled like a snake and it's little like a snake, is it a snake, or do you need to be bit?
Would you ever
And
be?
it's because you keep seeing the boy show up with people that I'm having differences with. And it feels like people make a common bond on disliking someone. Like they'll go and be friends with someone that is upset with them because they're upset with them. Like, and it's showing you that he feels like I'm his enemy. Instead of,
When's the last time y'all talked?
We don't talk.
Wow, at all.
Do you
But
ever?
this is by choice. I've been places where going places where he was at.
And how old is he now?
21.
22.
Wow, all grown.
Do you ever
Yeah,
see?
there's no support, nothing going on now. So it's cool. Like now for you to feel the real world is different because you've been living on an artificial economy of me. So you start to, it'll open your eyes, trust me.
Do you ever see you guys talking again or repairing that relationship?
I'm
Is
not
that possible?
sure. I'm not sure how you can repair something that it's the same thing I said about game every time we talked about it. If I didn't motivate it, I'm not sure I can resolve it. You know what I'm saying? You can attempt to, like there's points that I've gone places where he was at and he left those places. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's because his connection to his mom. Like, look, a female child, the first man they fall in love with is their dad. For the male child, it's the polar opposite. Is mom. It's like no matter how cool or tight they are with their dad, they fall in love with mom. It's just instinctively. I think it's something internal.
Yo, shout out to It Is What It Is for the 5, man. I would have hit that link, but it's a night shift, bro. So I did the research on this too. Greatly appreciate you, brother. Thanks for the 5, man. Judge Zilla, what you got, brother? It's on you.
Mr. Fantastic, baby. What's happening, baby?
You got it, man. What's going on with you? You're going great, brother. Loud and clear.
What is my favorite game, Mr. Fantastic?
What's that?
Calculator.
Yep.
Would you like to play Calculator with me?
Of course I would, sir. You're an expert. Go right ahead.
All right. So we have a $367,000 McMansion.
Yep.
So after everything's said and done, what are we talking about? Are we talking about what, a $2,000 a month mortgage?
Yep.
Right?
Back in 2016, hell yeah.
Easily, right? Maximum, we're maxing out at about $2,000.
Yep.
And we're being very generous here, specifically on that. So now you got $4,700 left. So now you got to get yourself a vehicle. So can we say $700 out the door? Payment, insurance.
We can even make it 1,000.
Annual maintenance.
Make it 1,000.
Okay, let's make it 1,000. So $3,000. We're left with $3,700. Let's see. What are we gonna do? Let's see. Half the mortgage is eaten up in utilities and so forth. So $500. So $3,200 left over. Let's see. We say two people. Let's call it $1,000 in groceries a month. So $2,200 left. Incidentals, clothing. What do we want to talk about? Clothing.
Yeah, soap and stuff to wash your ass and
Nope, that's all
deodorant,
part of
toothpaste.
groceries. That's all part
Okay.
of groceries.
Oh shit.
That's not just because groceries isn't just food, right? You're picking up all that other stuff,
Yeah.
right? Incidentals is clothing, just shit that pops up, field trips, all that other stuff. What are we gonna call that? Another grand?
Yep.
So $1,200 left at the end of the month should be, easily enough to attain. And you are living an extremely comfortable life. Like, understand that above a 367,000 property in Atlanta is spacious.
Yeah, it's fuck.
Is spacious. $1,000 vehicle is a luxury. $1,000 at the end of for a month vehicle is a luxury vehicle. $1,000 in groceries is good food. This is not no Piggly Wiggly food.
Yeah.
This is a
Whole
good food.
Foods.
This is Whole Foods.
Yeah, Whole Foods.
Yes, AJ's Fine Foods, Whole Foods. Even if she's so inclined, local farmers market up cost, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's see, clothing brands that we're talking about to come to that a month are not your. She's not going to TJ Maxx. She is not going to Ross. She is not going to Walmart to get these clothing. To get this clothing.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is monthly. So cumulatively living well, still having $1,200 left at the end of the month. Cumulatively, after 10 months, that is $12,000, right? Plus additional 2 months of $2,400, right? So $14,400 extra a year.
Mm-hmm.
$14,400 extra a year.
Yeah, and that's not count. That's her whole lifestyle afforded with her not doing any work.
Exactly. So what she
and then she lived and Judge you this is your other expertise, right? So let's just say she didn't work at all. She never worked or whatever because she didn't have to. She had the $80,400 per year, right? And she didn't work. Now she gets to turn around. Yep. Now she gets to turn around and claim taxes and claim low income or no income. Well, she had to claim low income because you have no income, you don't get anything back. But work a little bullshit job,
No.
around.
If it's not taxable, she can claim no income
Oh,
because
so
it's zero taxable income.
So that's what I'm saying. So she get a tax return with no income.
Yeah,
she got. That's what I'm saying. She got to make something. So
it's not about the tax return, right? It's about the filing for. It's about the accessibility to benefits, right? So as far as getting a tax return with zero income, that I don't believe can be done. I've not witnessed that in my experience.
So that's what I'm saying. So she'll go to a homegirl's beauty shop, nail salon, or whatever, and work some little bullshit job, making, let's say, $1,000 a month, right? So now she gets the bare minimum that's required for to get a tax return, where she's really not getting at all, right? She's really not working at all. It's just on the books. And then she turns around, she gets a tax return for $10,000 to $15,000 a year because she's living in poverty, even though she's getting, like you said, a tax-free $80,000 a month.
See, you said that, and you went to the low one. I would think that what I've seen in these situations is they become realtors.
Mm-hmm.
So they turn over 3, maybe 4 properties a year, something of that nature, right? But this is just talking about the money for breathing that they get.
Yep.
the money for breathing that these two, and when I say they, I don't mean women at large. I mean these particular individuals here. This young man and his mother, rather, his
Yep.
wife mother. But I fail to see again the difficulties that this young man has had to go through. Again, school paid for either by private institution or by public institution. Likely, largely, probably by his father, if it's private institution. So, but I mean, I guess that there was that tweet or whatever that said red bottoms at a public school. So maybe he went to public. So I guess he did go to public school.
But that was another one. That wasn't her. That wasn't his kid with her. That was another kid that he allegedly had.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, I'm for somebody to come up here, especially this young man who's out there, to sit there and say that 60, like again, a free $6,700 a month is livable in New York, in Manhattan, in San Francisco, in North Chicago. It's livable in Hawaii with no problems. You may not have much left over by trying to do these in these environments, but it's damn sure livable in Georgia.
And it's free money. Like, most important thing, you don't have to do anything to do it. She's not getting up. She's not clocking in. She's not lifting a finger to get 81,000 fucking tax-free fucking dollars. You know what I'm saying? A year, $6,700 a month. You know
what one would want a person to do in that position is to say, maybe I don't even need to live at this particular standard. That if I could cut my standard of living a bit, I could just take this money, invest this money over a period of time. So let's say I could put $2,500 to $3,000 away inside of some sort of investment vehicle, right? So every month this cycles into something that will compound for the next 10 years or 20 years. Because again, let's see, this gravy train stops as early as 18 and as late as 24. Right? Because if he goes to college, it stops at 24, right?
Well, yeah, she can and I think that was a situation to where he could have requested it. It's by request. So they have to request it for anything over 18, it have to be approved. But yeah, it could have been. But I think that was what he's saying. He messed it up because either he didn't go to college or he dropped out or whatever it was.
Yeah, so she could have literally been putting away anywhere from 30 to 40K away in an investment vehicle, turning over, getting profit, especially in the period of time that we had up until the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
Right?
Hell, she could. Hell, I mean, even this. Just think about it. I mean, Bitcoin back in 2016 was what? Was less than.
I'm not even saying put it into something that was, just put it in an index fund.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Less than whatever. So again, but because most important, like you said, because of the lifestyle she wanted to portray that wasn't even hers, that was being provided to her by, again, the man that impregnated her. Now she is what she is. You know what I'm saying? And turn her son against the fucking father. But let me let Cora get in here. Cora it came up. She had a lot to say in the chat. I would love to hear her take on it and what she has to say. Cora, go right ahead. It's on you.
Good evening. Thank you for having me on.
Not a problem.
So I did want to first clarify the statement, like the title of the video.
Mm-hmm.
I think it said, I can't see it from here, because I'm on my phone, but I think it said something like, absent fathers
can never be worse than present mothers.
Okay. Can you because it's not correlating in my brain. I reworded it to make it make sense to me, but it's not.
Okay. So you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So a person that's not there, meaning that the child has never had any contact with him or her, but we're just gonna stick to the fathers, right? can not be a negative influence more so than the actual person that is over the child's life and that's shaping them, molding them, and building them to be the human being that they are. Okay. So what's happened to black men is black men has gotten the bad rap, but none of the good rap, right? So when the LeBron Jameses of the world happen, oh, his mom is so great. She's just the best thing in the world. She worked so hard to make, you know, it's one of the most wonderful black men in the history of black men, right? But do you know the true story of LeBron James's mother? Cora, are you familiar? What?
To be fair, she did go through a lot of knee pads.
No.
Okay, so if you look this up, and this is all factual, is anything I'm making it up. LeBron James' mother was a drug addict and a criminal. Okay, his mother was a drug addict and a criminal, and she was doing so bad to the point of where LeBron James was missing so much school as to where he wasn't going to be able to be eligible to pass some of the grades he did. What happened was that, you know, fortunately, one of the coaches or whatever he was dealing with, AAU coach or whatever, took him in and pretty much provided him a life and stability enough for him to grow up and be the, you know, the person we know today versus probably another just casualty of life due to his actual biological mother that was on path, you know, to destroy it and us never know who he was. So LeBron James had so much to say about his father, which we don't know who his father is. I think he learned who his father was a lot later, because through DNA or something, he didn't know who his father was until much later in his life, officially, right? So what I'm saying to you is this: no matter who his father wasn't there to, you know, be a drug addict, to be a criminal, to make him miss all of the school that he missed, and almost not be able to change, you know what I'm saying, to pass the next grade or have a substantial enough education. Is it correlating now, Cora?
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. And I definitely understand where you're coming from with that. Would you say that it's just fathers, or would you say an absent parent? Because it could be where the father, on which I was on another panel and we reviewed a video about a Black father who raised a woman who her mother wasn't there, and she's a stripper. She has like a 13-year-old son. She got married when she was like 16. I don't know. It was a crazy situation. So would you say maybe if her mother was there, she would have had a better chance at being more successful?
Well, no. Who? I mean, I don't know who her mother was, but this is what I can say, and this is why statistics are important, right?
Right.
So by the stats, is a single father is better than a single mother, hands down, across the board, no question.
Yeah, I was on that same panel. I was just saying that I've heard that talking point before. And so the men on the panel were like, no, that's not an actual talking point. I'm like, yeah. I was like, I've been looking for the statistics. And so if you don't mind dropping those in the back chat,
I got you.
For me, about how single fathers come out better raising their children over single mothers, I would love to look into that.
Here we go.
Now, again, understand, Cora, that this is based on statistics and percentages, right? The number of Black men that have sole custody of their children is monumentally dwarfed.
Yes.
By the number of Black women that have sole custody of their children.
And it's not just Black fathers, it's fathers, period.
Fathers, period. Yes.
Yeah. So the majority, so you have to think about it. So you have a 80 to 20 split, right? And you have these children that more children are going to end up dropping out of school. More children are going to end up in poverty once they're adults. More children are going to end up with kids, single with girls, single moms, drug addicts, all these different things, right? Negative. That's why the stats are what the stats are. Okay. Not only because it's lesser of, but even when the children are with the fathers, they perform better. But I'm pulling those stats up for you right now.
Yeah, please drop those. I want to see the performance for sure.
This is where
I taught. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead, please.
I taught
I
in
thought you were
inner
done.
city. I taught in an inner city school for 4 years. Now I'm in a different type of environment, and I could always tell when a student was raised by a single mom. Not always. I don't want to say always, but 99% of the time I could tell when a student was being raised by a single mother by their actions, when a student was being raised by a single father by their actions. And then I could tell when both of the parents were involved in that student's life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, to go along with what you're saying there, Corey, is I'll say this: when you read, when you witness these statistics, right? When you read them and you process them, there is a caveat, right? There is a caveat for argument. Okay. The thing is, the hurdles that a man must go through to obtain sole
Custody, yes.
custody
Yes.
are significantly higher than the hurdles that a mother must obtain. So, by the very nature of the father getting sole custody, that means the mother is the difference between the quality of the father and the mother is so great. And let me emphasize this. Understand, career felons, 20-year drug addicts, even women who sexually abuse children get sole custody of children over the fathers.
Yes, they do. Convicted
Right.
criminals.
And that's something that I know. But that wasn't my point. My point was that at the end of the day, it's going to take two parents, or that's the best for a child.
Yeah,
And so that is
no
not
one-
a point to be debated.
Yeah, no one disputes that, but we're talking in a realistic world, correct? So we're going to speak from a realistic standpoint. There are a lot of situations as to when parents just can't get along. You know what I'm saying? More likely than not, it's going to be the mothers, and this is the craziest thing to get put on. Like, so the lie that gets told that somehow it's the father that doesn't want to work things out, the father that is irresponsible, the father that doesn't want the kids, the father that doesn't want to pay child support, and all these different things. When again, if that's the case, how and why would black men be the most involved? And then two, why would all these men be attempting to, go to court and get custody or have these constants back and forth with these women about their children?
So my question to you is, do you think that if a man, and I don't know if you agree to this, but since men control access to marriage, if a man was to marry a woman before impregnating her, would that statistically put him at more of an advantage to be able to be in a two-parent household raising the child statistically?
No, still no, because
Okay,
even
so
then-
the
hold on. Even so the only thing that marriage gets you, and the benefit of marriage as a man, would be in the family court system. You're automatically granted custody to a child when a child is had in a marriage. But as far as being able to have custody of his children, no, because we know now that currently marriage is over 50% divorce rate, and then in cases of custody, women get custody 90-something% of the time. So either way it goes, the man still doesn't end up with a child, and he still has, and even divorced fathers, not just single fathers that were never married, have some of the same, if not worse, situations with their children.
Yeah, that's incorrect.
Okay,
I can
well,
see
how is it incorrect?
I can send you the statistics on if a couple was married versus not being married, that was more likely for them to raise the child together.
If they have the child,
Despite
right?
the divorce rate.
If they have the child after the marriage, you're saying yes.
Yeah.
right?
What do you
Right.
Hold up, clarify. What do
Yeah.
you mean raise a child together?
In like being married.
Well, of course, that while they're married, they be raising a child together. But when a divorce happens, that's when the hiccup happens. So that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Well, what I'm saying is, if he was to choose to get married before having a baby,
Okay, so
right,
hold on.
because he
Wait.
controls access to marriage.
Hold on. So again, so he controls access to marriage.
Mhm.
Who controls access to childbirth?
Women do.
All right. So why are women allowing themselves to be impregnated without being married? How's that on the man?
So
That's the opposite of what
I
she's
never.
saying there. Fantastic. What
I
she's saying is this. What she's alluding to, if I'm not mistaken.
I know what she's trying to do is she's trying to catch up. She's trying to put the onus on the man, saying that the men shouldn't be having children without being married because men control access to marriage. Understood. The problem is this: there are more women getting pregnant than there are men impregnating women.
Yes.
So either way, your point is moot, and it's a horrible like point you're trying to make. You're going to lose on both sides of that argument. So
Well, it's not really an argument. It's
it is.
statistics.
Well, no. Well,
right,
again,
but it's statistics that
Yeah,
don't reference the issue that's actually happening.
She's purposely picking a statistic, but not like you said, looking at the other statistics that are involved to it. Like I said, tell me the percentage of women that have children in accordance to the percentage of men that have children. Go. Tell me, Cora. What's the percent? What's the statistic on that?
So the men, especially the men who choose not to take care of their children, women are having children
We're
by.
not going to do that. No, we're not going to do that. That's not what I asked you.
Okay, you're gonna. Okay, I was getting to what you were asking.
No,
but
you were poisoning the well.
I asked you a direct question. Can you answer the correct question, please? And don't put the BS in there about the men that don't choose to take care of their children. I asked you specifically. Let me help you out. Let me remind you. How many women have children compared to how many men have children? Go.
So you want me to give you an exact number, or do you want me to tell you where it's more, where it leans towards more? Because that's what I was trying to say.
Who has more children, men or women? Who has more children, men or women?
So what I was saying was, the women have children by that same man. So it's more women having children with that same man. That's what I was saying, but you cut me off.
Okay, yeah, we already know this.
Okay, right.
So that's what I'm saying. So you still didn't answer my question. So let me answer it for you. So the answer to the question is way more women. You're not saying it. You're talking around it, but you're not saying it the way you should say it, and just answer the question directly. So I'm gonna directly answer it for you. More women have children than men do. All right, go ahead, continue.
That's what I said. I'm like, if there's like 4 women having children with that same man.
Yeah, by one man, yeah.
Yeah. So there's more women. That's what I said.
So can you do me? That's not what you said. You still haven't said it. So can you do me a favor and say more women have children than men?
Yes.
No. Can you say it? Can you?
Yeah, more women have children than men. Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, so go ahead.
That's a fact.
So what point are you trying to make then?
My point is, would he have all those children to begin with if he married one woman?
Possibly yes, because even married men, more men get remarried after the divorce than women do.
Okay, so that's different, right? So she's not having those children out of wedlock, so that's different. So that can't be compared.
Well, that's a new hustle.
But you asked for a deliberate answer to a hypothetical.
Yeah. But either way it goes, even so, let's take the marriage out of it, right? So even if he doesn't get married, it's still going to be the same way. So listen what I'm telling you. Women still, black women specifically, have at a 60% rate. You heard, I'm pretty sure you heard this stat, right? So 60% of women that have children, not 60% of all black women, but of the women that have children, right? So we had 70% of women that have children are single mothers, right? Or out of wedlock, right? Following? Just let me know you follow.
Yeah, that's an accurate statistic.
All right, cool. All right, so and then out of that 70%, 60% of those have children by multiple men, at least 2. You know about that stat too, correct?
Say that one again. I'm sorry.
So again, out of the 70% of women that do have children, 60% of those women have children by multiple men at the minimum of 2. Did you know about that stat?
I wouldn't be surprised. I haven't heard that exact number, but I would not be surprised. That sounds right.
It's 60%. Okay, and that was back in, I want to say 2015ish or something like that, or like years ago. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to tell you. So no matter how it goes, the onus is not going to be on the man, because women are deciding to let, like you said, the same men impregnate them several times, even though they already have previous children with, however many men, and we can use the celebrity example. We use the everyday nobody example. Okay. Did you hear about the guy? You heard about the Tennessee 3? back in 2000. I want to say 2008, 2010.
No.
So 3 dudes in Tennessee accounted for over 80 children, with I think it was like 20 some odd women.
Yeah, that's not surprising. That happens a lot. Especially being that there are sperm banks and things like that.
No, not
just
sperm banks. Not sperm banks. This was actual sexual intercourse with women. 3 men had sex and propagated over 80 children. Okay, in the mid 2000s.
Do you think that if they chose to be? Do you think that if they chose to be married, that those numbers would be anywhere near them having 80 children?
Again, why is it on? And this is what I'm trying to get you to explain to me. So, why are women allowing themselves to be baby mama number 3, 4, 15, 20, 79, and 80?
Because women are stupid. But that wasn't my question. You didn't respond to my question.
Well, that's what I'm. So my the answer to your question is I don't know, because you're it's a different statistic you bring into it. So being that the majority rate of marriages right now are failing, well, at least half of those would fail, and that man will be back on the market to either be single or get remarried. So, and then hell, I mean, you know, a realistic thing of it is that people do. Infidelity is a thing, right? You know the statistics on
Yeah, absolutely. But if that's the case, then that's back on the man. So yeah.
No, it's actually not. I'm glad you said that. So you know, what's the statistics on paternity fraud?
So wait, are we talking about fraud or are we talking about cheating?
Do you know what paternity fraud is?
Yes, but so are you
cheating? That's cheating. What are you saying? That is cheating.
What is it? What is paternity fraud?
When a woman says that this is the father and he's not?
And it's not. Okay, and that's and the majority of those paternity frauds happen where?
What do you mean where? Like within
not the majority, but a substantial amount of those paternity frauds happen where? In marriages.
What do you mean where?
In marriages.
Okay, yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
So this is what I'm trying to get you to understand. You're still trying to put something on the men when you got 33% of births.
Yes, 33%. You know how big that percentage is, bro?
Brother, your echo is huge, brother. You gotta get out of that bathroom. You gotta do something with that background detail conversation.
Like, dude, are you broadcasting from the from the bathroom at the Planet Fitness?
Yeah. Hey man,
bathroom conversations. Now I got y'all. Hold on.
Yeah, man.
So I'm going back to my point, which it seems like you keep like tiptoeing around, is that if a man is married, he would not, statistically, the probability, let's not say statistically, but the probability of him having multiple children by multiple women while he's married is lower. That is my point.
No, it's not. Because we know too that black women don't care about black men being married and having children with them. So even still, no.
Right. But right. So if he was married and he upheld his marriage, it comes back to him if he doesn't.
No,
that's his promise. The black woman, can I just finish my point real quick, please?
Well, this is what I'm saying. Let me explain to you what you're trying to do. You gotta tighten up your debate skills or your point making. It's horrible. I've already defeated all of your points. At the end of the day, it's not a man being married is irrelevant. It's moot. Why? Because even though a man controls marriage, that man, you know what that man can do when he's married? What can a woman do to a man that she's married to? Cora, can you tell us that?
Well, you just asked you said what could the man do, and then you said what can the woman do? What
I said okay, so let's put the woman out.
There's a point coming.
What can a man do? What can a woman do to a man that she's married to?
She can do tons of things. So what what are you getting at?
She can deny him children. She can deny him sex, and she can not allow him to have children with her.
Right, but that's a whole nother thing, right?
But it's not a whole nother thing. It's a part of the question that you're trying to corner and ask.
Well, you didn't even let me finish my statement.
Okay, try again. Go ahead.
So if he was his promise or his vow was to his wife, right?
Okay.
So if other women from the outside wanted to have sex with him, it's his duty, because he promised that to his wife, to not cheat on her. But you're trying to add in, what if she is like not having sex with him? Like, those are caveats, right?
Everything
But
is
at
a
the end of the
caveat
day, if
because
that is the case, he needs to leave her because she's not fulfilling her duty, which is to have sex with her husband.
Okay.
And then that wouldn't be cheating.
Okay.
Right, but that doesn't but what you're saying does not negate the numbers.
Exactly.
Right?
That's what I'm
Even
trying to-
if he leaves that marriage, it doesn't negate the children that are being born from the infidelities and or leaving the marriage, or if he doesn't leave the marriage, or from divorcing, leaving that marriage, and then going out and creating more children with the women.
And
it doesn't negate any of those numbers.
And furthermore, again, your point is irrelevant. Why? Because more women have more children than men, and there's a very, very small percentage of men that they're not very, but it's a smaller percentage of men that they're choosing to have children with. So even if, and then, like I said, they're having children by multiple men. So even if she did have a married, and then too, I just thought about this. You do know that there's more married men than black women, right? There's more married black men than women, right? You do know that, right?
When you say there's more, are you saying that's married or more married black men than women in general?
There are more married black men than married black women. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
All right then. So black men are still already holding up their part of the bargain to the scenario you're trying to make up in your favor. All of the numbers, all of the scenarios, all the stats and all the data just kills your point. It's not on the man, because at the end of the day, the woman controls childbirth and she controls sex. A woman doesn't have to have one kid with one man if she doesn't allow that man to first off have sex with her. But even furthermore, it's a much easier way for women to not get pregnant through sex, because there's at least 20 forms of birth control for women. So the question again, and the onus lies on the women, because it's the women that are having these children. It's the women that are allowing these men to get them pregnant.
Right. And I understand where you're coming from, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to this. If that one man that you say is impregnating 4 women because these women want him and they desire him, if that one man had penis discipline, those 4 children would never exist out of wedlock.
P. Rose,
So
that's not true
yeah.
either.
Exactly, it's not. And again, listen,
So the children that they had will still be there.
No, she would find another penis.
Thank you. That's what I'm telling you. Again. Listen. Over 60% of the women that have children, 60% have children with multiple men. So even if you take one man out of the equation, by the numbers, by the math, by the statistics, this is not arguable.
She's gonna have another baby.
Yes, she will still have a baby by somebody. It's not on the man. Y'all, y'all. I understand wherever, whatever sect or whatever group or whatever you come through that gives y'all these lies and fills your heads up with this shit about black men being irresponsible and black men just out here doing this crazy shit. But the numbers prove otherwise.
Can
That
I
was
ask
never
a question for point of clarity?
That was never my point, but I understand.
Of course, it's not your point. You're not going to admit to that's the point you're trying to make. This is what I'm saying. You're trying to put this false narrative in something that just a jacket that will never fit on black men when you look at the numbers and the facts of it. No matter how you go, at the end of the day, it's on the woman more so than the man, because the woman can say, hey, put a condom on, we're not having sex, or fucking plenty of different other things. She can take birth control, she can do all these different things.
May I ask a question for a point of clarity? Cora.
Go ahead.
Cora.
Yes.
Do you believe in such a thing as an accidental pregnancy as a woman?
No. So no, like a woman accidentally getting pregnant, no. And I don't believe that a man accidentally gets a woman pregnant either.
When did you learn about ovulation cycles?
Probably when I was 16 or 17.
So you're aware, right, that obviously you cannot get pregnant all 30 days of the month.
Right, statistically, that's impossible.
Right. So
not just statistically, scientifically, not just statistically.
And women know, right? Once
hold on real quick, because he made a point that was incorrect. He said statistically. So
I said scientifically.
He said
Also,
scientific.
both.
I wasn't finished. He said statistically is incorrect, right? He said it's scientifically. Statistically, okay. So statistically, you could ovulate anytime during the month. You could ovulate twice.
He said
Statistically,
he said specifically
the
30 days.
statistics
Though.
are.
You don't ovulate
Wow.
for 30 days.
I thought like you keep cutting me off every time I wasn't even finished.
Yeah, but it's like you're repeating things that doesn't.
No, I wasn't done. Statistically, the number is lower from getting pregnant on other days, but statistically, you could ovulate again. So it is scientific, but it's also statistics.
You're saying
Like
that
the
you can ovulate
percentages.
twice.
He specifically gave you a number of 30 days, Cora. No woman ovulates for 30 days.
So the 30 days is the range that you could get pregnant, not ovulating for 30 days straight.
That's not true at all.
What he said.
So you can't ovulate twice?
You
No.
can.
Is that what you're saying?
What, okay. What is the window? What is the window in which
What
you can,
happened to
the
parents?
egg
Wait,
is
okay.
the
What
egg
happened
is
to that
able to
stuff?
be penetrated for fertilization, right? That's after you slough off the uterine lining, which is what approximately 5 to 7 days after the end of your period.
Right, typically.
Yeah. Like
But any
90
pregnancy that pretty much
90+%
happens
of the
after that
time.
is non-viable.
Yeah. You're trying to defy science.
That's
You're trying
not
to
true
redefine
either.
science.
Guys, it's women.
So my
this
question is,
that's
can a
why I
woman?
wanted to ask this question.
My question is,
for
can
a
a
point
woman
of clarity.
ovulate more than once a month?
I'm
Yes,
not
she
saying
could in a
that that's
30-day
impossible.
period.
That's
Yes, she could.
I'm
But hold
saying
on. But hold on, Judge. Let me. How long does a woman ovulate for, Cora?
ectopic pregnancies happen.
Cora, how what's the window of ovulation, Cora?
It's typically about 4 days,
4 days. All right, cool. All right,
depending
great.
on the cycle.
Let's play your game. Hold on, let's play a game. So 30 days in a month, right?
There's 30 days in a month, but
All right,
most
cool.
cycles aren't
Hold
30
on.
days.
Don't let you say I got it. You say I'm cutting you off, but I'm walking you down this because I'm trying to show you where you're missing your point, or you're saying things, but you still have a huge thing. So it's a 4 window for ovulation, right? So and there's a 5 day. Let's even maximum out. Usually 5 days. Sperm only lives for the maximum, usually 5 days. Let's say 7, right? So you got 4 days plus 7 would be what? That's 11, right? And let's just say she waits a week and she does it again. Okay, so a week would be what? 7 plus that, 18. All right. And then she goes for a whole nother 7-day or 11-day window, and you'd be at 29. So you would have to have you would have to have in that fucking window, this man would have to be skeeting in you for 28 days out of the month. He would have to be ejaculating into you for out of that not 28, so minus the week, the 7. So he would have
I
to
was
be
going to simplify it. I was going to simplify it and say, outside of women that are comatose, can any woman have their period and not know that they had their period?
No, I didn't know that was your question. No, they typically can
Again,
see
to
it.
simplify it to the point that, like, there's a window of ovulation. There's no such thing as an accidental pregnancy. You know when you have your period.
I just
Therefore,
said that
you
there's
know
no
when your ovulation, you know in the relative range in which you are ovulating. Therefore, if you fail to utilize any birth control solutions, then you are inviting that pregnancy.
So just for clarity, I did say that I don't believe in accidental. I don't believe there's a such thing as accidentally getting pregnant. But on top of that, I don't believe in birth control. The only birth control that I guess is okay as long as the husband is okay with it is a condom. But all these birth controls are a detriment to society.
But you don't believe in utilizing them. You believe they exist, though, right?
They also cause the A word that I guess we can't say on here.
Well, no, well,
So
so
no.
no, they don't. They prevent. Prevention and then termination is two different things. You do understand that, right? Prevention is not
They
termination.
definitely terminate. Yeah.
By your definition,
No.
The A
masturbation
word.
qualifies as that.
Yeah, no.
No.
Oh, well, hold on. Wait. This creating a fucking level of hormones to stop an egg from ever being fertilized is totally different from, after an egg is fertilized and a fetus is formed, destroying the fetus. What are you talking about? That's two totally
So
different things.
with the morning after pill in almost all forms of like contraceptives, I'm not talking about like condoms, I'm talking about like the pill
Yeah.
and the other forms.
Chemical
What
form.
the first defense is to make the lining of the uterus a hostile environment, so the sperm won't
Yes.
fertilize the egg.
But hold
However,
on.
if the sperm does fertilize the egg, it makes the uterus a hostile environment where that egg will not stay attached to the uterus, and therefore the A word will happen. So
Okay,
yes,
that
the
is
Right,
very
sperm
but the
connects to
sperm's
the egg
penetration of
in
the egg does not
yeah.
automatically.
You
It's
use
not. There's no like. It's not a big bang.
Yeah, you're using the exception as the rule, and it's
So when
scientifically supported.
well no, because HCG starts to secrete into the urine, into the bloodstream. So there is a viable pregnancy there. But the last defense of those birth controls is to A word those pregnancies. So I'm against.
Percentage? What is the percentage, Cora?
For me personally, it does not matter. I'm against that. I'm against the A word.
Well, again, you can't. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so you can't put your personal values or definitions of things when, again, me and Judge just gave you the scientific prevention and termination are two different terms. Okay?
Well, no, that's not my personal belief.
That's not my personal belief. That's science. Now you're talking about the morning after pill. That's totally different from regular, scheduled birth control.
Birth
I
control
declare
does
no
the
belief.
same
I
thing
declare
that I
no.
just explained.
I can fly. I declare no belief in gravity.
Yeah, man.
Birth control does the same thing that I just explained.
Birth control does not create, like, let's just say, a spontaneous abortion at higher, at not a very minimal rate. What you're talking about is the exception to the rule. Even though you said, you'd be happy with condoms, what happens if a condom messes up? It would lead to the A word that you don't want to talk about, right? So I don't get why you're being pernickety about these points. It seems as though you really just don't want to acknowledge what they're saying, because I haven't heard, honestly, a solid point from you. Like, so far, I'm struggling to realize
want to acknowledge
what
women's
you're actually saying.
So Jessica, just to clarify, I didn't say that. I said that the husband would have to okay the condom. It's up to the husband.
I get you, but we're talking about, like, you're talking about how effective birth control is, right? So condoms are actually less effective.
That's not what I was saying.
Birth control.
No,
I wasn't saying what is
obfuscating
more
any
effective.
responsibility for a woman because men have to have all of the responsibility.
Are you saying that? Okay, I'm trying to understand your point. Is your point that men are in control of whether or not a woman gets pregnant? Is that your point? Is that
Whether they get pregnant, whether they get pregnant or access to sex?
Whether they get pregnant.
No, they both. I believe both control that.
So you believe that a man controls access to sex? What is, like, if you just
No,
say
I don't. I don't.
What point are you making?
So I've made my points, but I was saying I was told that they were all false. That if a man. Okay.
What was your point?
Court, it doesn't mean that they're wrong for you. Okay. This is not what we're saying. These things, we're not saying that they're wrong for you, your personal life, your personal agency, your personal being, how you choose to personally live your life, but to apply that to everybody as a standard for everybody in existence, and that if they follow your path, they would live in this, and to expect them to follow your path is beyond a reasonable expectation. We must consider what people do in their lives, even if it goes against what you traditionally or ethically believe in.
And
I am.
furthermore, hold on real quick. And furthermore, we just gave you all the data and statistics to prove it. Again, more women have more children than men do. You've
And I
admitted.
agree to that.
All right. So this is what we're trying to say. So why are you still trying to put the onus on the men for the responsibility of children being had? If
I
everything
just
comes
said
down,
pregnancy
go ahead.
is
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just said the pregnancy is on both.
No, it's not both. Again,
Okay.
it's still not both because again, the woman can not let that man have sex with her unprotected to put her in a position to even possibly get pregnant.
Right. And I understand that, and I agree that women control access to sex. But once that sex is
And
happening,
pregnancy
every time, okay.
and children.
But you keep cutting me off. I guess this is just how you
Yeah,
run
because
your.
I have to interject it because it's like you're purposely negating the total thing. You real.
I mean,
you're
I
real-
can never finish a point though.
Yeah, because you keep doing the same thing, and so I have to keep helping you out with your
Wow.
point because the point you're making is not a full point and true statement.
When you say that there's responsibility on both ends when it comes to, you know, women getting pregnant, I agree with you. Right? Because it takes two people to make a baby. So two people are playing a part. One, a guy is knowingly going up in their raw. A woman is knowingly letting him go up in their raw. But this is why I came up, because I heard you speak earlier. I think the point that is trying to be put across is earlier we were speaking about, you know, a man that impregnates 4 women, right? Now, he has a responsibility as a man not to impregnate 4 women, right? That's not a wise choice. There's accountability and responsibility on him. Now, I think the point that's trying to be put across is what is the bigger problem? You have one man out of, I don't know, let's just say 50 million, right? One man, just one, who's going out there and impregnating 4 women. But you've got, I'll give the first woman the benefit of the doubt, right? He didn't have any kids. You've got 3 women who have chosen to lay up with that man who already has children. So what we're talking about is the mentality that's out there. There are 3 times as many women out there with that mentality than that man that's out there doing the impregnating. 3 times as many women versus the one man. Do you understand it?
I understand where you're coming from, but I don't give the first woman a pass. Because if she required marriage, she wouldn't be in that predicament to begin with. So
Okay,
I don't
4
give her
times
a
as
pass.
many women with that mentality than the man, right? I gave the benefit of the doubt. You say 4 times as many. So when we're looking at what's a bigger problem in society, is it the man or is it the woman? That man would not be able to exist and do what he's doing without those women facilitating him. So who is the bigger problem? It's the women who are allowing him to do what he's doing. There's more in number, right? The impact is more because they're the ones that are actually deciding whether you agree with abortion or not. They're the ones that are actually deciding to bring that baby into the world.
And I
There is
concede
more
to that.
responsibility on the women and there is more of them. So it's a bigger problem.
Yeah, and I concede to that. I guess my thing was, if that one man, right? If that one man took the responsibility and accountability and didn't get any of those women pregnant, none of those women would have his child.
But why are you so focused on that one man versus the 4 women? We could eradicate the problem a lot quicker if we're going to where that mindset is. It's those 4 women. Why do you why do you go to the accountability to be on the man and not the women? Even though we know, and you just acknowledge that the women are a bigger problem.
I would argue that if that one man, right? You said the bigger problem and like we could eradicate it quicker if we went through the women. No, if that one man made up his mind not to impregnate those women, that would eradicate the issue quicker.
Let me hop in real quick. So, Cora, have you ever heard of the least common denominator?
The LCD and the greatest common factor.
The LCD, right? So again, you as a woman, like Jessica said, knowingly become, and I said this before Jessica said it, you knowingly become baby mama number 2, 3, 4, 7, 13, 15, and so on. How is it that you blame the least? That's the reason why they call it the least common denominator here. There's only one man and there are multiple women. Okay, you actually helped me out and threw me alley-oop. Least common denominator, greatest common factor.
Yep, he is the greatest common factor.
No, he's not. No. He's the least common denominator. The women are the greatest common factor.
You're right.
Because you have to divide all those women by the one man.
You're absolutely right.
So I'm trying to figure out what, like, I understand what you're saying. Now, if you're putting your moral or your philosophical thing on this, cool and fine, I understand it. But this is what we're trying to explain to you. I can't put my morals, my values on the world. What I can do though is I can use the facts in the stats and data that exists to make sort of a kind of a graph or what you is or a sample to understand what we're dealing with here. The fact of the matter and the problem is this: we end up with all of these children out of wedlock. We end up with all of these situations here, child support or whatever, and family conflicts or whatever, because women don't mind letting dudes ejaculate inside of them. And then after the fact, you try to figure everything out. Not to mention, Cora, have you heard of the POHO hustle? Are you familiar?
No.
With that? Do you know what the POHO hustle is?
No.
It's child support. Child support is the POHO hustle, Cora. Cora, have you seen the TikTok of the girl that gave the math on why she chose to have 4 baby daddies versus 1?
Yep.
That viral, did you see that viral TikTok or viral Instagram
No,
video?
I don't try to watch that. I mean, I don't try to watch that kind of stuff because the numbers show that billions in child support is old. I don't watch that kind of stuff. Billions in child support is owed to parents. I don't watch that kind of stuff because both my mother and my father didn't pay child support when they were supposed to.
Hold on. Now I'm confused.
She's saying that it's an invalid argument that women are having babies for child support because there are billions in child support owed. But that's poor logic because
I didn't know that wasn't my point, Jessica.
Okay, go ahead.
That wasn't my point. I wasn't saying that wasn't a real thing that woman did. I said I don't entertain that kind of stuff because I've lived through that situation where my great aunt, who I call my mom, raised me. And my mother and my father was supposed to pay child support, and they didn't.
Okay, but hold on.
Which is better, anecdotal reference or empirical evidence?
Right, and that was anecdotal what he was using. So, but when I bring in my anecdotal experience, my personal experience,
empirical evidence.
Well, hold on, Cora. Let me.
Wow.
Hold on, no, Cora. Let me show you why it's still relevant, regardless. So, do you know that never goes away, right?
What never goes away?
The money owed through child support.
The arrears.
Yeah, you're just
until they pay it off, right?
Yeah, and you know how they get that they will get their money, right? Unless your parents are just homeless or just work under the table or whatever and never work anywhere to where they have to file
that's what they do. Yeah, that's what they do.
Okay, well, again, that's I guess the minority or whatnot, but do you also still know that statistically, you know what I'm saying, more women that are supposed to pay child support don't pay it than men, again, because of the vast difference in, like, men that's supposed to pay versus women or whatever too.
Yeah, because my mother doesn't pay.
And then too, well, so have either one of your parents ever been locked up for not paying that you know of?
I don't think they've been locked up, but I don't think it's ever been for not paying. No. Mm-mm.
Okay. So, okay. Oh, okay. Well, you know the rate that men get locked up versus women for non-child support payment?
Yeah, I'm sure I do. I'm sure I do. I'm sure it's men more because men, they get held to a higher standard of not getting behind than a woman, and I don't feel like that's right.
Okay. Well, just as long as you know that it happens, you know that men can have their license suspended, even if their license is there.
Not just men.
Making money and all these different
Yes,
things. Well,
but
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
you just acknowledge that.
You just acknowledge that men are in the majority. Women don't get pursued for child support the way.
They do, because when I was trying to see if my great aunt could get back child support, I was in a child support group, and it was many fathers in there talking about their experience, and she got locked up, but all she had to do was pay a certain amount to get out, and it wasn't like anything compared to, and now she's not paying again. So yeah.
Then how are you arguing this?
I don't know.
I'm not arguing. There's no argument coming from me about child support. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
My mistake.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Thanks for your input. Because
You're
originally, I
welcome.
guess the whole thing was something totally different than where we are now. But hey, hopefully you have a brand new, or well, not say new, but you know, a more well-rounded outlook and perspective on the situations here. So can I ask you this, because you didn't directly speak to the topic, and then I'll let you go. So you feel like 50 Cent is wrong in this situation in some way, shape, form, or fashion?
I know nothing about 50 Cent's situation at all.
Okay. All right, cool.
I told you I don't watch that kind of stuff.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right,
because I've lived through it where my mother and my father didn't pay. And so when I see men get on these platforms and complain, which I mean, they have the right to, but my great aunt, who did not have to raise me, she did, and she didn't get food stamps, she didn't get any government assistance, and she didn't complain, although she could.
Well,
and so I'm no LeBron James, but I am a teacher. You know, I'm in a relationship. I'm in a successful relationship. And so to your point earlier,
so you have a kid, is what you're saying?
Huh? I'm in a successful relationship.
Did you say unsuccessful or successful?
I said successful relationship.
Okay. Do you have a
how do you
do you have a
qualify that?
child?
No, why?
Well, because you gave a
How is
qualifier.
that? So are you saying that to prove that I have a successful relationship, I have to have a child?
No, we're not saying that. But what's your so you're saying just the fact of the matter that you're still with the person that makes it a successful relationship?
No, I would say the fact that we're building and growing together makes it successful.
What does that mean?
Saving, planning marriage.
So you don't have any children?
No.
You sure? Because you keep pausing on that.
I'm confused of how is that a measurement of success?
No, I'm not.
Like, do I have to have kids with him?
We're not saying whether or not it's a measurement of success. I'm just trying to. It's very, very important in the conversation. Because
I said no. I
You
said
laid
no
out the parameters for successful. Okay, you earlier laid out the parameters, right? In saying, so we're asking if you follow the framework that you've set into motion.
I said that you have to have a child to have a successful relationship.
No. Marriage was though. You made marriage a premise of successful relationship.
Yeah, that's one.
And specifically before you have children.
Yeah. So again, like you're not married. So if you're not married, how are you in a successful relationship?
So that's not the only qualifier of success.
But you just said, which we agree to, but like you kicked in the door saying that. That's what I'm saying. Not only did
I didn't kick in the door saying that. No.
Well, I'm sorry, not kicking in the door, but you came in stating that as one of your parameters for success, and not only that, a measurement of control measure for the major issue we're having as far as childbirth goes. You see.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like from what I believe is a man is the head over his wife.
Okay,
so
and that's cool, but like I said, now you're trying to put the philosophical and the moral and your belief onto the factual and the reality of the world that we live in.
So next week you could be pregnant.
No. I never said I was having sex.
Hold on, wait, whoa, wait, hold on now. So hold on, are you? Oh, can I? So can I? If you don't want to answer, you don't have. So can I ask you?
I'm not going to answer that question. I already know what you're about to ask me. I'm not going to. No.
What was I about to ask you?
Am I a virgin?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay. I apologize.
I was gonna ask you your religious. Do you belong to a religious sect or a religious belief?
Yeah, I'm a Baptist.
Oh, Baptist. Oh wow, I thought you were gonna be a Muslim or something.
No, independent fundamental Baptist. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. All right. So either way, hey, just more power to you. Okay. Fair winds and following seas. The greatest success to you and your future husband. All of those great things. Okay.
I hope you mean that. I appreciate.
I really do. I really do. Listen, I really don't believe. Oh, so hold on. Are you looking forward to getting married like through the state, or you guys just gonna do something under the eyes of God?
It's totally up. It's totally up to him. As he would be the head over me, and so that's his decision.
Okay, well, encourage him to not get a staycation marriage. How about that? If you love him, don't make him sign no papers. How about that?
I mean, either way, it would be, God would,
Yeah, the Lord don't need no license.
Right, basically.
The Lord don't need no license. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, but even if we did have a license, I don't believe in divorce. Like a wife cannot divorce her husband. I mean, I believe that divorce is happening. I'm not saying it's not. Okay.
How old are you, Cora? 20?
I'm in my late 20s. I'll just say
20,
that.
Yeah, I know you're 20 something. Yeah, I can tell. Keep that optimism, okay? Don't ever lose it. All right.
What did I say? That was
nothing. Optimism is a great thing. Just keep it.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks for coming up.
Everything is the man's fault. Everything is the man's responsibility. But if this relationship goes south, gee, where does this line of reasoning go? Who's going to be the responsible party for this relationship going south? And what might that mean?
Shout out to Ennis, man, for the two. Appreciate you, man. Listen, I wanted to make sure I got it in about the positive aspect of this. So we went over the horrors and nightmares and the trials and toils that fathers have to go through. But the bright side of it, or the wonderful part of it is, a father that actually cares, is there, and believes in his children or his child to the utmost. Okay. Shout out to LeVar Ball, man. LeVar Ball is probably the father of the century when you really look into it, or the modern age. Not only did this man, work his way up through however he did to provide his children one of the best lifestyles, teach them a skill and a trade, and get them involved in and a love for the sport from a very young age, keep them together, raise them in a wonderful situation in neighborhood. And most importantly, bro, believe in and bet on his sons, to the point of where the world called this man crazy. Called him crazy, called him obnoxious, called him this. And mind you, right, we talk about simping, right? We talk about simping. We talk about dudes doing all this crazy shit for just some, random pussy, bitches that don't give a damn about them. But when a black man, bro, goes to the fucking mat, gets on national TV and tells the world, my sons, all three of my sons are going to be in the NBA, and they the best thing since everybody. Of course, he throws some little stuff in there for himself every now and again, but that's a part, man. Listen, man, that's a part of fucking showmanship. That's a part of entertainment. That's a part of fucking selling it, bro. All right?
You notice that they never do that with Archie Manning.
No.
They did it with they did it with what's his face? I'm sorry, I'm having bad names. Venus and Serena's father, Richard.
Yep.
They did it with him. They did it with Tiger Woods' father. right?
Yep.
He crazy. They did, they always do it. And again, whether his personality agrees with LeVar Ball's personality agrees with you or not, his actions, his accomplishments, and what he's done for his sons.
Yep.
But it's never reserved for, it's always reserved, it seems, for a specific demographic, but never for the women. You'll never get them on how they, as you brought up with
LeBron's
mother and countless others, right? Remember the mother that got up and left because the son didn't choose the college that she wanted.
Florida, yeah, buddy that chose to go to Florida versus going wherever she wanted to go.
Like all of that, all of the mothers who literally place hurdles in front of their children's success. They never get any. They never. Oh, she crazy. Oh, she crazy. Or if it's crazy, she crazy with that big smile and that laugh. But it's never like. But these dudes who foster greatness. I won't say create, right? Because it's ability for their children to have the talent, to have the ability, to have the drive, right? You can't truly instill that. So it requires, but to foster that. They never, like the black fathers who do that, never get their actual credit. Never. Yep. They always get villainized or vilified.
Yep. And we're gonna look at this right here. LaMelo commercial with his dad. Fair use, fair use.
LaMelo Ball, you're still here. Reliable like AT&T 5G.
Hey, what's up, little man? I'm gonna make this the regular, Come in every day, put in the work, put in the hours, and one day, that title gonna be mine.
But you already have Rookie of the Year.
Nah. Employee of the Week. I'm Lily now.
There he is. Nothing my son can't do.
That's a fact.
You're muted, bro.
And shout out to LaMelo, bro. LaMelo actually came out and said something about it, man. And he said it's crazy to how many kids don't have fathers out here. But our father, not only was he there, but he's here promoting his sons and telling you guys that, what I'm saying, we can do anything in the world, and y'all want to make him the bad guy.
And he was right. And he was right.
He's right.
And that's the thing. Like none of those commentators have ever pulled back anything they've said. Not that I've ever seen. Now, I don't follow it as tightly as you do. Maybe you've heard it. But of all that crap that they were talking on the way up, he was right. And nobody said, hey, look, I was wrong.
Yeah, no, of course not. And they used the Big Baller brand thing because the dude stole the money. He robbed Lonzo. So they used that against him to tear him down, and he fell back after that. But yeah, man, like you said, bro, for you to have a dad like that, bro, it's crazy. And shout out to Nigger L for that too. I totally forgot about that, bro. Not to mention, everybody forgets that. I forget when it was. One of the big reasons that LeBron had to leave Cleveland, bro, was this fiasco, this thing. Everybody talking about Ime Udoka, right, bro? And have y'all seen what's Buddy's name? Buddy's strung out now, man. I can't even think of his name.
I don't know. I never do.
West. Delonte West. That's his name. Yeah, Delonte West, bro. That brother, man. Sad story, right? He went from NBA player, millions and millions of dollars, to just a strung out junkie that everybody just loves to record. You know what I'm saying? Homeless on the streets or fucked up all on the streets, right? And out of all the people, you know what I'm saying, not to even mention that there could be a great candidate for your mom to sleep with as a franchise player and shit, at the time working on being, because he wasn't above Kobe then because it was too early, but, working on being the next person up for, the face of the NBA, to sleep with one of your teammates, bro. That's the one she chose.
So can we say this? Can we say that there may be a curse on the people that, that the people that enter into LeBron's mother, but, if you come out, you might get success.
Come on, man. Well, no, it was another dude too. She was dealing with some rapper dude when he was in Hawaii. I mean, not Hawaii, in Miami. When he was in Miami, Some dude was like, man, I'm gonna expose you. I want this, some of that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Some dude, she chose it. And again, a piece of shit, you know, failed 40-something, damn near 50-year-old rapper or whatever that, you know, latched on to his mom for the sake of being, you know, having anything to do with LeBron James, you know, to the point where LeBron had to come out and say something about dude, Buddy, because he started wilding out when his mom left him alone. You know what I'm saying?
Again, active, right? The personality traits do not change. You know, like there's no cleanup period. Like there's no cleanup period. Like your son succeeds despite you to echelons undreamed of, and still ratchet to the core.
Yeah, man. And like I said, that's the crazy sad part about it is that
she's not responsible for that guy's actions, but you understand what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Well, she gets all the credit, you know, and the craziest part about it is nobody has Stockholm syndrome like black children. You know, that's another thing that doesn't get talked about. No matter how, you know, Dear Mama, you know, hell, Kanye, Hey Mama, you know,
he actually addressed he actually addressed that though himself.
Yeah, so I talked about it. He talked about it just a couple of days ago when he was doing the Fox News interview. And you know, to see, and that's a big part of the red pill that I guess doesn't get talked about either, is like to find out the first woman to, you know, to hide things or, you know, not be fully transparent or just blatantly lie to you is the person that's supposed to love you the most. You know what I'm saying? The person that brought you in the world is supposed to protect you, it's supposed to be in your best interest. And a lot of dudes find out, man, if you can't even trust your own mama, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, bro, listen, we all do our own things in our own time. But you know what I'm saying, you have to either learn to fucking not necessarily forgive, you know, or forget, however you want, whatever you choose to do. But you got to learn not to hold on to that shit, man. All right. And let that control your life. You know what I'm saying? It's like they say, you know, you hold on to that rope, holding on to the rope sometimes hurts a lot better than just letting it go. And
well, to the effect with Kanye there again, right? But he could only come to that rationalization when
after he's gone. Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
after he's gone, and then when it happened to him, like and when it happened to him, like because up until it happened to him, even him being a father, that was still his mentality.
Exactly.
But after he became a divorced father,
and had the same games played with him, then he reached out to his dad, and then got the story. Yeah, you're right. I'm agreeing.
Every married dude always thinks they're special. Not me. No, not mine.
No, now
tomorrow is tomorrow.
Exactly, and that's and again, man. Like, shout out to everybody that's working for. But that's why I say, and I always say, man, it works till it don't. You know what I'm saying? People get divorced every day. People fall out of love every day. You know, hey, that outside dick keep them hoes sick. All right, that's a fact. That's not just a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's not just a lyric, man. I'm telling you, you know what I mean? So you got to be careful, man. You never know what's gonna happen. But Jessica, Jay, what you got on this? Other than trying to intervene with our guest that was here earlier. What's up?
Intervention. No, like I looked into the 50 Cent and his son story. It's your typical story. Poisoned by his mum. Because I looked into it and I was like, what actually is their beef with each other? And so I started reading some articles and I was looking at what she was saying in the press about 50 Cent. And it's obvious that he has, like you say, that almost mama can do no wrong syndrome. His mom is the angel, and in his mind, 50 Cent is the devil. 50 Cent is paying basically $7,000 a month for this 25-year-old man. Bear in mind, we're basically like the same age. He's paying $7,000 a month for this man. Even though it's his son, that's still a man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, I think the child support is ended now. So the child support ended back when he was either, I don't want to say 18, but I know it was before he was like 22 or whatever I think he was. So I don't know if he got to extend it to the thing, but he's not paying him now. And 50 Cent was never in arrears. So but still, like you said, to amass that amount of money over a childhood is just the fact of the matter now. Pretty much his son is a rapper or whatever. So he's doing this as a publicity stunt to get clout off his dad. You know what I'm saying? To get traction so he can do whatever mixtape or album or whatever, crap he's gonna be doing. He gonna be on some, my dad ain't shit or whatever promo tour, while looking like 50 Cent or whatever, and probably do a 50 Cent diss track or some lame ass shit to get traction and try to blow up from the music aspect. When again, if you just, listen to your dad, gave your dad a chance and denied your mama's bullshit, you know what I'm saying? You would have been literally like, probably in shows, all kinds of financial opportunities and business opportunities, which 50 Cent already said he set up a business for him already when he was still a teenager, but he was too lazy and he didn't do anything with it. So, it's just an opportunity that was lost. But then again,
fantastic. He's trying to be a rapper and he's sporting. He's running around in a Billie Eilish t-shirt.
Bro, I have no idea. These kids. That's 10 for a Tuesday, man. Like I said, this soy that's out here and all this stuff or whatever, man. I can't tell, man. These, Lord, I'm really starting to think that these kids out here, man, especially these boys, bro. I don't even know no more. I really don't.
No, it's a weird thing. Like it's a weird thing. Like everything you're saying is accurate, right? He could have just kept his head down and been or even just bite the bullet and say, oh yeah, we were estranged and now I'm a grown man and we have some sort of a relationship. Like, with all of the connections available, he wants to be a rapper, fine, but I say fuck the music, but just all of the industry business connections of everything that you can possibly do in this with the title of 50 Cent's son attached to you.
Well, again, and like you said, just look at everything that he, that he squandered, and he chose it. And this is another big thing I'll say to him, man. Listen,
just people who would give you the opportunity because they think they might get the opportunity to have an opportunity with 50 Cent.
Yeah. But this is the thing that even I dealt with my personal life for a little minute. Sometimes you have to, let your kids quote unquote scrape their knee or whatever and step away. The biggest and hardest thing for a father to do is to not compromise himself for his children, because again, as a parent, you're in control. As a parent, you make the decisions. As a parent, you call the shots. And as a parent, man, you have to make sure that you're being respected and appreciated as you should be, especially when you're doing what you're supposed to do as a man and as a father. And a lot of the times, man, people don't understand or, even consider the, the mental and emotional turmoil that a man goes through, man, when the carbon copies of you, the little yous, just aren't appreciative, man. And like I said, I don't know if you guys could see it, not saying he was balling up in tears or whatever, but you can see his facial expression and true feelings of he said, hey man, it's unfortunate, it's really messed up, that somebody that you helped create and bring in this world doesn't have that love or appreciation for you. And if and when a man does finally say, hey, I've had enough, hey, I step back or whatever, just know that women and black women especially, he gave up on his kids, he didn't care. Well, bitch, you helped him. You pretty much didn't give them a choice. One of the biggest things they say, oh, well, I didn't turn your kids against you. I didn't this. Well, bitch, did you encourage them to have a relationship with the father? Did you tell them to call their dad? Did you let them just go get them a Father's Day gift? Did you do any of those things to help actually harbor a healthy relationship? That's the same thing, right? A lot of the times, neglect and just absolute no mention or contact or anything is just as bad as talking down or being negative,
right? But how's it go? Fathers at best get cards, socks, and ties. Mothers definitely get cards, candy, flowers, and jewelry.
Yeah, And and like I say, it's crazy, man, because kids automatically have a natural and connection to that mother, because again, the woman carries the child. So there's going to be a bond that a mother and a child has that, you know, a dad just doesn't have. But the sad part about it is, like you said, you know, the dad is just, you know, you're a wallet, you're a provider. You know, Chris Rock said it best: a man is only loved as much as he can provide. You know, and even in this case, it does. Sometimes that's not enough. You know, 50 Cent, you know, gave his kid, and you know, I don't think people understand this too. Like, child support is for the child, not for the mortgage, not for the car note, not for your nails, not for the all this other shit. Everything that technically the child support is supposed to go to 100% towards everything that child needs. Okay. But what do we see? A child can't drive no motherfucking, you know, at that 2016 G-Wagon. You know what I'm saying? A child don't need no motherfucking frontals and you know, coffin nails,
Well, that's
eyelash,
what
mink lashes.
that's what I was saying earlier. She was smart and scaled down from a McMansion, scaled down from a Mercedes S-Class or whatever, G-Wagon, whatever, right? She could have put half of that away. She could have put rolling monthly installments upon some type of investment vehicle, which is again just an index fund for 10 years, month over month contribution, right? That money doubling roughly every 6 to 7 years, right?
Mm-hmm. And shout out to Primetime VA. Yeah, listen, man. Even once these guys get on, that's another thing too. Fucking Chris Bosh's mom got caught up in a trafficking ring, bro. Drug trafficking.
Yep.
Like, bro, how, you know what I'm saying? What in the hell is going on here?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And and yet it's still, you know, I remember you know, Shaq talked about like he didn't respect his dad as his dad, even though like Shaq, you wouldn't be yourself without your dad.
Phil is my father.
Yeah, you know, at the very least, like I said, from a genetic material, man, your dad helped make you one of the most, you know, dominant and at one point in time athletic forces on the face of the planet. You know what I'm saying? So for you to negate that, man, mind you, like I said, I'm not saying like, you know, it's nothing wrong if you felt like he abandoned you or whatever, he wasn't involved. But at the very least, bro, without him, you wouldn't be you. That's literal. You know what I'm saying? That's not figurative, that's literal. And I think that too, when you deplete and delete the importance of fatherhood, man, and fathers, kids don't even understand that. Just from if you can run and jump real fast or high or whatever you do, brother, part of that is due to your dad, man. Part of those genetics, you know, however you mix it around and whatever is your father. Without that, you wouldn't have the physical specimen you are, you know what I'm saying, or the athletic talent. You know what I mean? But again, all you get to do is, you know, well, my dad won this, my dad won that, my dad won this, my dad won that. And lo and behold, like I said, a lot of brothers end up like Kanye West, man. They finally get to sit down and have that talk. Or hell, even women say the same thing, you know, hey, you know, or the tragic situation of Terrell Owens, where, you know, he lived across the street from his dad his whole life and didn't know. You know what I mean?
I did not know that.
Yeah, man. The man lived across the street from his own father, man, and never knew. His mom didn't tell him. Mom never told him. And I think it was.
Well, I mean, I think that happens. Unfortunately, I think that happens again because we were talking about the paternity thing, right?
Yep.
I think that happens more often than we understand or we realize. Circumstances may be different in his case, right? Like, was it that like false paternity thing? Or was it just she got knocked up and
he had a family already or whatever. She cheated with him and got pregnant, and basically did so. And from what is understood, she either lied about who his father was or told him she didn't know who his father was. And I think it was on some deathbed shit that she told him that his dad was, you know, such and such that lived across the street his whole entire childhood. And he was crying on I don't want to say which one it was. It might have been Dr. Phil or something, but he was crying on some daytime show, you know, telling about the trauma and stuff that he had just about, you know, wanting a dad, especially, you know, with him being extremely good in football, right? And just being what he was, you know, and that was a part of the reason too. And so why possibly, you know, he had all these kids with these different women and shit, and he ended up being a child support nightmare. You know what I'm saying?
Anecdotally, I have reference to actually too often, too many times, where parents have died, specifically mothers have died, and they were, pack rats or hoarder type people,
Mhm.
and the kids go into her house or her residence or whatever, and they come upon like letters from their dad that unopened,
Yep.
just stashed away, and like I didn't know that he, like even like
Right. Yeah.
even with checks in them and stuff like that,
Yeah.
birthday cards with money in them and stuff
Yep.
like that. Yeah.
And all the and again, man, that's why I say, man, it's nothing like it. Again, shout out to Hey God niggas, but they tell you, man, there's nothing in the world like a woman scorer, bro. There's no fury on the planet like a woman scoring, and bro, people really don't understand the links and the depths that angry woman will go to, bro. She will literally hold on that grudge to death. All right, and then she in her only thing is to hurt that man that she felt like hurt her. Okay, and I know this shit firsthand, bro. All right, it's nothing weirder and crazier than somebody that's mad at you, for 5, 10, 15 fucking years, and you like, bruh, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, can we just be adults and move forward? Like, especially like, so once you get the closer you get to 18, it's like, hey, we're not never gonna have to deal with each other ever again after this, until maybe, if and when the kids get married or some shit and I see you there and then I act like I don't fucking see you. You know what I mean?
Especially if it's not anything for a capital reason, right? I
Yeah.
ain't stab you, I ain't shoot you,
Yeah, like
I didn't try to set you up to get robbed. I didn't like this is not in like this is just a relationship that went south.
Yeah, man. And not even necessarily solid, just hey, you outgrow people every day. So it's just like, hey man, we're not working out, or I want to do something different, and not nothing disrespectful, nothing crazy. I just want to move on. And that's a crazy part of things that happen, man. And it's unfortunate when kids are involved, but it's a part of life. And shit, you can't, what I'm saying, make everybody suffer because people fucking grow apart, man, or people just want to do something different.
Well, that's what with the chorus argument, right? With their well, if this is the no, because if that penis is not there, another penis will be there, right?
Definitely.
And just because this person is married does not mean that he still would not it wouldn't be, as you put up, infidelities.
Yeah, marriage.
Like,
Yeah, marriage is not going to cancel childbirth like that, man. It's just not, and especially like I say,
it doesn't put a special magic force field around
yeah,
you or around your house or around.
Yeah. Told you, don't nobody love a black woman's husband like another black woman. All right, I've seen this on this deployment, bro. I'm telling you, but that ring is like
To be
a
fair,
magic.
to be fair, your environment is skewed.
Yeah, but it's
Hey,
also
your military environment is skewed as a whole.
Yeah.
Navy is skewed in particular.
but it's also, I'm telling you, it's also a great microcosm and what you call it, social, like one of the greatest social experiments in the world, bro. I'm telling you, pound
Yeah.
for pound, when
Especially
you
on a
have
carrier, yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You pound for pound, you got 5,000 people, that are on a boat, living together, all this stuff, everything you have to do, eat, sleep, you know what I'm saying, wash your ass, work out, all this stuff, socialize, and bro, you'll be amazed to just what you see.
Yeah.
I'm saying in that period of time, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Like I said, again, there's a caveat there. Military is skewed. Navy is specifically skewed in a way that most other isn't.
But hey, I'm telling you, it definitely breaks you down to the raw and bare nature of people. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Hey, I greatly appreciate y'all for pulling up on me, man. This is a wonderful conversation. I appreciate Cora, even though she was confusing as hell. Hopefully we helped her with her debate skills tonight. I wish a lot of you other trolls that were in here would have came up, but of course not, because y'all just want to, I don't even know why y'all subscribe to me, because I know that's the only way y'all would have even seen my shit if you sub to me. But hey, thanks, I guess. You know what I'm saying? The BABG is back. So, hey, whenever you feel like it, you know what I'm saying, you want to test your might, you know what I'm saying? Hey, pull up on me. But hey, man, I greatly appreciate y'all. That's that on that one. And I'll catch you on the next one. Holla.